Greetings, one and all. This is Lloyd Brown giving full endorsement to Stock in Promotion, Royal Blend Radio. The station with integrity, the station with a difference. Remember me tell you, Lloyd Brown says so. Full Darcy. Stock in Promotion, Royal Blend Radio. We not stop till we drop. Zane, blessed.
Greetings, my beautiful people. This is Shezzy, raising the awareness with 10-star General and Sharon Mango. Tune in and keep it locked. Of course, the personal. Of course, the personal. Why do I keep my mind on you all the time? Yet I don't know you. Why do I feel this way, thinking about you every day? Yet I don't know you. And I take to the sky on the natural high, loving you more till the day I die. Take to the sky on the natural high, loving you more. Took a walk, went past your house. Late last night, all the shades were pulled and drawn way down tight. From within the dim light cast to silhouettes on the shade. Oh, what a lovely couple they made. Silhouettes.
Yes, girls. Yes, girls.
Silhouette, 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 silhouette. Why? Oh, why?
Ooh, 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 ooh. Another one of my favorites right here.
They just keep holding me and won't let go. Holding me, won't let go. I need a hammer to hammer them down. I need a rammer to ram them down. They just keep teasing me, and you know they play like they don't. Provoking me, but this is all I know. I need a rammer.
Pull it up again.
They just keep holding me and won't let go. Holding me, won't let go. I need a hammer to hammer them down. I need a rammer to ram them down. They just keep teasing me, and you know they play like they don't. Provoking me, but this is all I know. I need a rammer to ram them down. I need a hammer to hammer them down.
I can't breathe. Ooh. I have the Queens here again. Do you remember when you first came on my show?
Yes. Yes.
Many moons ago.
Yeah, a while ago, yeah. Been a while.
Little did I know you knew a bit about my show, and you surprised me on the show with an a cappella at the time. And you blew me away. And my catchphrase at the time was, oh gosh. And that's how you ended it. But it's a pleasure having you ladies back on the show today. How you been?
Yeah,
We've been good. We've been good. We've been, rolling with the punch.
I heard you mash up somewhere last night.
Well, not really.
You mash up somewhere last night?
Last night.
Last night.
You performed last night?
We did a sound check for something. We helped.
We helped.
Oh,
Did.
all right.
So yeah, we were at an event.
Right. Sorry about that.
Yeah.
So,
Mics. So I don't know if it's that event or another event.
Yeah.
right,
Because we have been busy over the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, we've been busy.
right.
This summer we've been busy.
I want to thank you for coming on the show today. I want to introduce you to my co-host, who is Sharon Mango.
Hi, Sharon.
Hi, Queens. I'm so excited to talk to you because I just love you girls.
Oh,
Thank you.
I'm so excited. Again, my name is Sharon Mango, representing SBRB Radio and Royal Blend Productions. If you want to know about the production, ask me about it later,
Thank you for being on the show. Yeah. We have Beverly Knows to thank because she said to me, how about getting True Identity on? She's the one who made it happen. We love Beverly Knows to the max.
Yeah, Beverly knows.
Yeah, you guys are so blessed to know her. She's an amazing person. That's my twinnie. She's my twinnie. I feel like she's like my twinnie. I'm everything like her and she's everything like me. I love her. So you are blessed. She's an amazing, she's a walking, I call her the walking Wikipedia.
Yeah.
I know.
Absolutely.
Oh, wow. Wikipedia.
Yes,
Wiki, encyclopedia, everything, you name it.
everything.
Wikipedia.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm going to let Sharon lead on this show today. Ladies before gentlemen, but I just want to say thank you for coming on the show. We've had our conversation many moons ago. This is the first time we're doing it on camera. It's something new for us. You know, I'm now seeing you. I love seeing that shade of black, whatever you want to call it. You know, just seeing you guys from afar on social media, you make me feel great. I want to say this in its real time because you see, we're from a people, we're very reserved. We hate to show whatever it is, you know, we hate to show love and whatever, you know what I mean? I think we're just very reserved as a people. However, when people pass away, we like to give flowers, whatever it is. We like to say they were the biggest and the baddest, whatever. But during our lifetime, we seem to reserve those comments, you know, till when the Lord calls us home. We want to do it while you're alive, while you have eyes to see and ears to hear, while you can hear me saying what I'm saying, what Sharon is saying, what she's saying. I feel proud to have you girls on planet Earth entertaining us with great music and your image, because music comes with image.
Yes. That is true.
Absolutely.
So you got the voice, you got the image, you have everything that we love. And thank you for being here. Yeah.
Thank you.
Sharon, do your thing.
Oh, he's in love with you girls. You didn't know that. You know, you hear the way the man talk, and I say I call love him, love him.
Make me be shy.
Thank you.
Do your thing, Sharon.
Thank you, girls, for being here. It's a pleasure. It's a great pleasure seeing you, beauties, like you know, 16 years old. Well, me know no 7. You know, I look like 16. So yeah, it's a pleasure. So let me tell you a bit about our show, and it's not scripted. We're just ourselves, and we want you girls to be yourself. We're here to honor you. We're here to remind you of who you are and what your contribution is. And doing so, we want to find out about your lives, where you were born, where you went to school, mom, dad, your influences. I know that is it Pat? No, Rowena and Joanne, your sisters, right?
Yeah.
Ah, so we're gonna start with you two first because you girls grew up together.
Well, we all did really, but yes.
Oh yeah, but you know what I mean, like in the household, mum. You know, let me explain to me or tell us how you girls came up.
Okay. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
The big sister.
I'm the big sister.
Oh, you can't tell. Didn't I just say I look like 60 minutes? No,
Wait, who is big sister?
She Rowena, but look at Rowena. Look, she look like 12. Big sister, and the other one look like 10. You know,
And that's the age gap.
That's the age gap.
Yeah.
oh, is it really?
Okay.
Wow.
Wow. You couldn't tell.
Yeah.
You couldn't. How you gonna tell? Go on then.
Yeah, so we grew up in Brixton.
Okay.
We're Brixtonians.
Yeah.
And
On the lane.
on the lane, yeah,
Anchor lane.
we're two of six.
So 6. Okay.
2 of 6, and we are the last 3. So one, 2, and there's a brother. The household was fairly musical.
Yeah.
Church was a big thing.
Massive.
Yeah.
Church is where we started
Mhm.
our journey, isn't
Yeah,
it? In group singing.
Mhm.
And we're talking about church. I mean, we weren't teenagers. We were like 5 and 7 years old.
Yeah.
You know? And funnily, we started singing at church in back in Camberwell, where there was a lot of musicians came out of that church.
Yes, I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Calvary Temple.
Calvary Temple, yeah, which was in Campbell Green. We started singing a bit there, but we developed more when we moved churches actually. But Sandra Cross and her brothers came out of Calvary Temple.
Okay, right. Yes, that's right. Mhm.
Yeah, so they all started their musical career as well.
That's right.
But we moved on to a kind of an independent church, and there we were trained by a really strict pastor
Oh yes.
who practiced a choir practice every Saturday afternoon.
Uh-huh.
When we got there and we started to sing, she said, right, I want you to hit the wall with your voice.
Yes.
Hit the wall. So she was telling us basically to project.
Project. Yes.
Out.
Yes.
Don't
Yeah.
hold back, don't sing in your throat, don't sing out. And she had us there for a number of hours, isn't it?
Yeah.
Singing every Saturday because we were in the church. We were in the young people choir, youth choir, and there was only 5 of us. 5 of us. And we batched on to the adult choir as well.
That's right.
Mhm.
So
What I remember a lot from that is that she wasn't musically trained, but what she used to get us to do is sing from our stomach. So even though
Yeah.
yes, so she would explain it. Make sure that you're using the force from your inside of you to project up, so your diaphragm, so that you project out. And she was not musically trained, but she knew the technique of how to get us to understand to the projection of our voices and make it hit the wall and bounce off the wall. That was a lot of her expression. And also she taught us a lot about harmony singing, how to sing in
2 parts.
in 2 parts.
It was just
It was
2
2 parts at that time.
Because most choirs, most church, old school gospel, they sing in 2 part.
Yeah.
Right.
2 part, not a 4 part, 3 part. It's mainly the 2 part. So we
Yeah.
learned that way on the choruses, on some of them that we used to sing. I don't remember any off the top of your head, but it was always
Turn
2
your
part.
radio on.
Yeah, and then from there we kind of progressed. We listened. We had a soul head sister. Yeah,
Yes.
so she was into the Ann Peebles and the Michael Jackson.
Oh yes. Yeah.
And the Marvin
So
Gaye.
she was a soul head, and she was one of them activists as well. She used to follow Angela Davis.
Okay.
Big afro.
Yeah.
Yes.
She used to walk around with a fist up, black power, and all, So we had a lot of influences from her.
Right.
Mhm.
That's all she played, actually.
Yeah,
Isn't it?
and we listened to a lot of them, and so we developed a ear for how harmony, real harmony singing with the not just the second, the first and the third, but the fifth and maybe the seventh and kind of listen.
Yes, yeah.
And Ro here, though she won't say it, but she also did a lot of her musical practice in terms of she played the piano.
Oh, nice. Okay. Mhm.
Yeah, for musically.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So that those learning those chords then transferred over to the voice.
Right, which was helping. Right, I understand that would help. Right. So what age are we talking about?
11, 12.
Okay.
We had Dad bought us a little organ keyboard at home.
Yeah.
Oh.
And so we used that to kind of, I was just crazy about it when it came. And then I started to go to piano lessons.
That's right, I was about
I actually
9.
started piano lessons at the time.
Okay, I was about to ask. Okay, so you eventually took piano lessons so you could know your chords and
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. So, I mean, 10, 11, 12, that's the kind of age group. And I think that's when we really wanted to just sing, everything, everything.
Really wild record.
Yeah.
But you're home, so you're
As a young choir,
right.
we were getting a lot of attention
A
in church,
lot.
and there was only 5 of us in the youth choir. And what was happening is all the rallies that we'd go on, they'd only want us to sing.
Only want us to sing.
Want this very small congregation of youth people to sing. Before the pastor came on to deliver his message, it used to cause a lot. I mean, we were all very young. We were young.
Young, yeah. But it was a little bit of jealousy actually in the churches as well. So we were, I wouldn't say competing against, but there was these massive choirs, like 20, 30 people. And they would say, no, we want the Brixton young people to come and sing.
And
That's right.
We'll tell you the church. You can say who the church is.
Yeah, so the original Bishop John Francis, his father's church. So his father's church that was in White Lion Street in North London at the time. And and I guess because we were so into the harmonies and there were only 5 of us, we actually developed this 5-part
Harmonies, yes.
harmony in the song and actually started to kind of construct some songs or add on to some gospel songs that we sang as well, isn't it?
That's right.
So
What year are we talking about?
what era?
Yeah, what year?
Yeah.
What year?
Late 70s.
Late 70s, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm with you. Okay.
So we're just in this lovers rock craze, I guess.
Right.
All of that.
Now, just one little question. How did Mum, maybe I missed this earlier, but how did Mum know so much about singing from the diaphragm and all them thing there?
Pastor.
The pastor.
With the pastor.
Oh, the pastor.
Pastor.
I'm
So
with
she
you.
didn't know. I don't know. Yeah, how she know?
Okay. I thought I heard Mum,
No, pastor.
but the pastor was saying that. I'm with you. Okay, continue, Sharon.
Thank you, Tessa. Thank you. So,
And then Pamela.
yes, I'm about to say, so now Pamela, because I know you girls started out young. Where was Pamela in all of this? Were you going to the church, Pamela?
No.
Oh,
My father was a sound man. And
well, we have to talk about sound now. Like, really?
we did actually go to church. We went to Sunday school,
Mhm.
but my musical inspiration came from my dad, who's always played music. We always grew up around music.
Okay.
And like my 2 sisters here, they had a keyboard. My dad had an organ, and it's
Oh,
when he would pedal to get a note.
Oh my God.
I was there pedaling to just singing, oh,
that's funny.
bless him. He did try. He loved music. He had all
Right.
the instruments. He played guitar and his organ.
Uh-huh.
But I also listened to a lot of Studio One music, Master
Yeah.
and from a younger child, I always loved harmonies. I loved the harmonies because it's so sweet when all the voices gel together, and it gives you a nice warm feeling.
Mm.
That's where my ears were tuned to. And then when I both Rowena and Jan, we all went to the same school.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We lived around the corner
Not around the corner.
On the corner.
Call it
On the
opposite.
corner. Yeah,
Basically, if you just
on the
I
corner.
could throw a stone into her house.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, but it was lovely growing up, and then when I heard that they were singing something, but I want to do that too because I was always singing. I think my parents got fed up of me singing, so I think they were quite pleased when I actually joined the group.
So you have brothers and sisters. Like, what was your home life like?
I have one brother and have 3 other sisters.
Okay.
I think I'm the only one who's really into the music like that.
Mhm.
As also singing, wanting to join the group, wanting to do something different.
Mhm.
So that's
Yeah,
He's a sound
yeah,
man.
Clive, yeah,
He's a
of
sound man.
course, yeah. My brother, he was a sound man as well, so I was influenced with his music, dope as well.
So this chance meeting, or you all went to school together. How did you actually
Same
see
school.
school, right?
Senior
So
senior
School,
school.
but we started on.
Yeah.
okay.
We started, we went to their same
Same
senior
school.
school, but we also,
Yeah, we got a story about when mum
started primary school.
wanted us to sew.
this
right?
is how we broke
This is how we
out.
broke
This is
out.
our brocking
This is
out.
the brock out
This is
now.
the brocking out.
They were the bad
Okay,
ones.
rough
Yes. Oh, cop the things. Yes, go on.
We wanted to sing, but our mum decided that it was church and home and school, but she wanted us to have something practical. So back in the West Indies,
Yes.
a lot of people were seamstress. So
Yes.
we heard that in our old primary school, they were doing evening classes
Mhm.
for younger people to, have different experiences, craft work, some different experience. Anyway, she signed us up essentially for sewing classes, which I'm rubbish. I was
So we
rubbish
had,
at.
how we learned to cut and sew
Yes. So
and all that. And
Yeah.
we were going on an evening, and we were allowed to go out to this
Yes.
class in the evenings, one day a week, and in a classroom. And one day we just heard music coming out of another classroom,
Well,
and it was a whole new. It was live.
it was
We
live.
heard
We
the
heard the
drums,
drums.
the guitar, the keyboard, and it's like, what's going on there? Let's have a look. We were used to the live stuff because we were doing it in church. So it wasn't really a surprise.
No. Having something live that was contemporary that we listened to, not a church beat. It was like, wow, there's young people that's doing this outside the church.
Yeah.
And so
We walked in.
we kind of left the
It's a sewing class. And when it's
broke out. That's time when it broke out. All right.
They decided to cut another pattern
And
that was
yeah.
musical.
All right.
this time it was about
Yes.
it was about
13, 14, 13, 15, that
13
kind of
to
age
15,
group.
that kind of age.
Yeah.
Okay.
But we were in the classrooms, and we met one guy in there who was in my year at primary school.
Yes.
I knew him, and he was playing guitar,
Yes.
Wasn't it?
Yes.
Brick.
Yeah. Brick.
Mikey.
Yes.
And then there was another guy called Terry Crooks, and he was playing drums.
Yeah.
I think it was Barry
On the keyboards.
keys.
Yeah.
You see how our Brian
And
Good?
Horseman
Yes.
was drummer.
See how the Brian Goodman?
Yeah.
Wow.
And Horseman.
Winston.
Horseman. Yeah.
Oh, it was Terry was on the drums.
Terry
That's
was on
right,
the
that's
drums.
right. That's right. Wasn't it?
Not that Horseman.
We ain't got to Horseman yet. We ain't got to Horseman yet. He was in our. We ain't got to him yet. Yeah, Terry Crooks was on the
Yeah.
drums. That's right.
So they were jamming, and we just said, they said, you want to sing? And we said, so yeah, that was the first of the live reggae.
That's right. And at that time we weren't sure identity. We called ourselves
Black Stallion.
Black Stallion.
Black Stallion at the
That
time.
was the
And this was back in the 70s, right?
Back in the 70s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
Okay. Interesting. Continue, Sharon. Continue. I'm loving the conversation.
I know, right? So, what did you sing? Actually, what did you decide to sing? Because these guys look like they knew what they were doing. You girls want to sing. The questions asked. What did you sing when you went in there?
We were covering songs.
Yeah, we were.
So songs
Yeah.
that playing and
That were popular,
popular
at
at the time. Some of the Lovers Rock started to come out. We
Yeah.
started
Yeah.
singing that.
Uh-huh.
We started to sing things like, I think Prophecy.
Prophecy.
was out then. I don't know.
Oh, my son.
See,
Yes, prophecy.
Brown
Brown
Sugar
Sugar.
stuff.
Brown sugar.
And just covering those popular songs. But it was just me and John. It was just me and you.
It was just me and you, yeah.
We tried to drag Nick.
apologies.
That's all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, we worked with them for a bit, and then what happened?
And then we kind of I don't know, I don't know who invited us to go to a bigger rehearsal
Somewhere.
somewhere. That's how we ended.
What we
It was
ended up
later.
at
Somehow we ended up at St.
at
John's.
St. John's.
Yeah.
I think did Mikey go? Mikey
It
went
was
there.
Mikey. I think
Mikey
it was
went there.
Mikey.
So the guitarist then invited us to another rehearsal spot because this was in the classroom. Remember, at school, we couldn't continue there,
No.
but there was another rehearsal spot.
And he was more in the know.
Yeah,
isn't
he was
in the
actually
know.
Mikey.
He's our age group, so you know, it's like a friend of ours from primary school days.
Yeah. So we got to another rehearsal place in Brixton, St. John's Place, which is a really popular rehearsal place, and that's where we met Bobby, who's passed now, Bernard,
Professor.
Mad Professor. We actually met him there, so we did have exposure
Yeah.
to some record companies at the time.
Yeah.
And I think he did express some interest. I don't know if that's when we formed this True Identity.
Yeah. We
Now, what year are we talking about?
Oh, 1980, 1979,
1980.
Yeah, that's about right. Yeah,
Now,
yeah.
you ladies have been working hard.
Long time.
Been around.
That is what I am getting into. It's the simple fact.
I got questions, man. But Sharon, you do your thing as per usual.
Yeah, he's got his questions, but I'd like to have my girls now. So, girls.
Yeah.
So they invite you now to the new rehearsal. Pam, were you with them at that time? Pam was with you.
Yes.
Okay, so what happens when you got there? For the first time, you're going to this new spot, yeah?
Yeah.
Well,
When you went.
I was quite
It
taken
was a
aback.
spot.
there was holes.
It was like a derelict house.
It was because
Yes,
we don't have money to be doing
Barriers,
those things. and
exactly.
So it was like a bit of a squat, you know,
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, okay.
where they just set up a little room but funnily enough, it was very
nice.
The sound was good.
If we look back and look at the surroundings and look at the,
Look at
the
the-
dereliction,
yeah.
there were
The
birds
pigeons.
in the pigeons in the ceiling, there was holes in the floor,
Yeah, it was dereliction.
Went upstairs.
You had to be very
Because it was
careful.
very rickety.
We were going to rehearsal.
Rehearsal was it, man? We had to go.
And when you got in that room, oh my gosh.
It was just
It
a
was-
whole different atmosphere, a
Yeah.
whole different feeling. You forgot about the derelict of the house,
Yeah.
and you were just in a nice, cozy room with family because it was a more family orientated band.
Yeah.
Like how many people? So you girls, you three, and then you had what? Drums, keys, like oh,
Because at that time, True Identity was a group.
Yeah.
Yeah. And our cousin, who was again in our age group, and he was another church boy like us, but he was really talented he played
The
lots of
bass.
instruments.
Mm.
He played the bass, and so he was our bass player. That was, I guess, our first musician in terms
Yeah,
of
in terms of
True Identity.
because True Identity was a group. It wasn't
wasn't just
literally a
us three,
trio.
no.
We formed a
The
whole
whole band.
group,
As a band.
oh, okay, I understand now.
So what year did you become from Black Stallion to True Identity? Within what time span?
Yeah, it was about from Black Stallion 78, 79 to True Identity 80, 81.
Yeah, somewhere
it was
around there. Yeah. So our cousin, who's Wayne, dub creator, came along with us, and we got him to this rehearsal place at St. John's
Mhm.
St. And he joined in with the other musicians being at the time,
Dennis Cross.
no, it was Bernard.
Oh, it was Bernard.
Dennis Cross wasn't on the
No, it
scene
wasn't
then.
on- it was Bernard.
Bernard, No,
Billy.
Billy.
Billy was Billy drumming.
Billy was playing drums, I remember.
No,
Billy
somebody
was-
was no, it was Horseman. It was Horseman. It wasn't
Horseman.
Billy.
It was Horseman
It
before
wasn't
Billy.
Billy. It was Horseman.
So just trying to work out which musician we were using.
So back in the 80s, it was Horseman.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
Horseman.
so we knew
Winston.
Horseman
Winston.
as a
Yeah.
teenager.
Yeah, we've known
Okay.
yeah.
You've known him that
for
long.
a long time.
We knew his mum,
Yeah,
That's right.
a long.
Okay.
you know, because his mum was really behind his career. She
Yeah,
really
she was.
Right.
You know,
Yeah.
nice lady.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So,
A long time you do this.
a long
Yeah,
time
sorry,
after this.
I'm about. But before I hand over to my partner,
Yeah.
Ken Star. So during that time now, what were your mothers saying? Your mommy and your daddy, did they know what was going on?
Yeah.
Them say when I broke out and I need church no more, now I go, they go sing. What happened?
You know what? We carried on singing in church.
Yes, we did.
We had to.
Yeah, we did.
In fact, that was the way we got out. We said,
Yeah.
let's sing somewhere else.
Yeah.
If we didn't, you know, my mum didn't mind us singing in church and then going off and doing our singing elsewhere.
Okay.
That was like our little pocket money in a way.
Yeah,
It's
that
like,
was our
"Hey,
little-
singing in church, it was so
Good,
nice.
you're so
The
good.
congregation was blessed.
Oh yes.
You know?
They bribed their mum with their vocals. That's what they done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh my gosh.
I'm going to sing. Go sing. Go sing. You know,
And the thing is, because later on, we had Dennis Cross and Billy, who my mum knew their parents, because remember it was all church, and we're coming from that
Right.
of Calvary Temple. Where
So we're talking about the Cross family.
Right. Carol, yeah, I mean,
Sandra Cross, Victor Cross, all them.
all
Yeah,
of them,
all of
all of
them.
them.
Ah,
Dennis, all of them.
Hector,
Hector, all
Derek.
of them. Derek.
right.
with the whole
Whole
Cross
Cross
family.
family. So our mum also knew the Cross, their parents.
okay. Mhm.
Yeah.
Was from the church days, you know. So
Okay.
when she knew that it was to do them, it was like they were our big brothers anyway.
Yeah.
So you
Yeah.
know, it was not. She didn't worry about us going anywhere with them, and they would take care of us. We were their little sisters.
Yeah.
They would take care of us and make sure that we got back home.
Yeah, yeah.
And
A blessing. That's good.
with my mum, she was fine that I went with them. So we just went along.
Yeah, because we were neighbours. It was like,
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I was able to
Yeah.
get out. I couldn't go out on my own.
No.
No.
yeah.
Go out on my own to sing? No.
No,
I'm going with Ro and Joe. Okay, then it's all right.
Yes. Yes.
Girls, because they sing in church.
They come from a good family.
Yeah. And back then that was so important to our parents. You know what I mean? It was like, if you're not in a church, then we're going with that friend. Check out the church. Yeah, it's that. I know. 10 Star, I'm hugging the mic because
Right.
I am.
I know you're getting carried. I know you're getting carried away with true identity right now. I can't see it.
I'm a fan. That's why. But go ahead, 10 Star.
I know you see what I see. Aye.
Listen, I see some things, but yeah, go on. We'll talk about the things later.
No more. I tell you what. Before I start, I can see Techno Spark is having issues connecting to the sound. Now, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but you have to connect to the Wi-Fi in order to hear.
Yes, it's not. And Hurleen Johnson Williams also.
Assuming Sharon is Sharon Bentley in the chat as well. If that's Sharon Bentley, give me a sign. All right. Yes, Sharon Bentley, please liaise with Techno Spark, whom I think is having issues with the sound, and Hurleen Johnson from Jamaica is having issues with the sound also. They got to connect to the Wi-Fi in order to listen. Yeah? All right. So a lot of things you got to observe when you're doing a Zoom show, you know? It's like, that's why my face is all over the place trying to
Yes.
ensure that everybody gets what they deserve, you know?
Yep.
Your story has always amazed me. It is like I'm listening to it for the very first time. every time I hear your story, you know. You came on my show before. I heard your story. I'm hearing it again. It still amazes me that you go so far back to the 70s. You've been pushing since the 70s, since you were in high school.
Yeah, pretty much.
You come into the 80s now. You go from being known as Black Stallion to being known as True Identity in the 80s, right?
That's right.
Right. Take me from that era in time, because I got a whole heap of questions, but take me to the time where you're now known as you're now known as True Identity. All three of you are now True Identity, right?
Yeah, but
Yeah.
True
But
Identity
True Identity was a
was
band.
band.
True
What's the
Identity.
band?
Was a band. Back
Yes.
then, when
Back
we're
then.
talking about True
Take
Identity,
me back to where you met Pam. And as you met Pam, you became True Identity as a band, and how you proceeded forward from there.
Yeah, so you came along and joined.
How
Well,
did you get to know about Pam? Tell me about Pam.
I think you heard us singing, didn't you?
That's right. I heard them singing, and I said that I want to do what they do.
Yeah.
You know, because I was singing along with them, and you know, my ears were just so tuned into harmony, and I just started to sing along in harmony. Yes, I also got trained as well. I didn't have the professional training, but I had an ear because I said my dad was playing music as well. My ears was always tuned to the harmonies in the sounds. My dad used to play a lot of Studio Ones, you know. He used to love Master Griffiths.
Oh, no thing, man.
Yeah, but you know,
Right.
But I heard us singing and wanted to join, and we thought this is great because we need more harmony, we need more voices to build it. I don't know how we actually we came up with the actual name itself, True Identity.
I remember.
But there is a story behind how we actually called ourselves True Identity.
Yeah.
So we
Go for it, Joanne. Go for it.
I remember because a very I remember one of our friends. She was a. She won't like me for that. I'm not gonna say.
please
But
forgive us.
one of our friends. We were in a little group. You know, there was a few girls, a few boys. You know, you're jockeying and basically, you know, this one likes that one. And one of my old boyfriends at the time. One of our friends liked to put on lots of things on herself to kind of change how she looked. And so one of my old boyfriends at the time said, "Why don't you just take those things off and show your true identity?" And then I said, "That's it. That's the name. That's what I'm gonna call it." It was just like that. It was
What to your boyfriend?
That's a good one. That is a good one.
yeah.
True Identity.
And I said, "That's the name," because we were struggling because we knew that Black Stallion wasn't, you know,
Right.
away from it. Because I mean, we were always a radical
Yeah.
positioned. We were very conscious about
Conscious.
things that were happening to young people at the time.
Yeah.
You know, so we were very much activists in the things that we were doing, the places that we were performing at, actually.
Right.
We were very socialist in our viewpoint. Because
Yeah.
at that time, there was lots
Come
of
on,
things,
Socialist.
you know, a lot of socialism.
Socialist
going-
Party, the
yeah.
Labour Party was in, so we were kind of politically kind of aware of what was going on as black young
So
people.
so you remember people like what's his name, Harold Wilson and all them man there.
Harold Wilson and all those
Tony Benn.
Tony Benn and all
Yeah.
these people. So
Tony Benn, okay.
we were in Brixton.
Yeah.
We had our own struggles in Brixton.
Yeah.
Take that picture for me because it's very crucial in the times in which we grew up. Because I knew back in the 60s, because I'm an early 60s baby, right? I grew up in the early 60s. Racism was rife in the UK at the time. Me and Starkey Bunton were talking about it the other day and how we embrace the Asian community and so forth. Talk to me a bit about your story in that racism era. What did you experience?
Gosh, the Margaret Thatcher era, I call
Oh
it.
my
Right,
gosh.
right.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
we had, I mean, growing up, we went through the riots.
Yes.
So we had
On
that
our roads,
experience of in Brixton and the riots, and Joan and I, unbeknown to ourselves, were quite brave.
They went down to Brixton.
Just went out.
They just
We
went
was
out
there.
We just-
Christopher Aisha was there as well. I'm not going to say he was
No,
there.
but we
Just wanted to see what was going on.
we thought, let's go. What's going on?
Let's go.
Mum's at work.
Yeah, let's go.
You see,
Mum's at work.
With all the young
We're going.
treading on glass and
Yeah, we just
see
saw-
people walk up, run out with TVs on their back, and man trying to struggle with SETI and all these things,
Through Brixton, just walking and
Yeah.
joking.
we actually made up a song about
Yeah,
that.
Babylon.
didn't we?
Oh yeah, we wrote a
Made
song about it.
Oh, that brings
We wrote a song called Babylon Road.
That's
That's
right.
the
right.
black and white are unite.
I love it. So basically, because when I look at you guys today, I'm saying to myself, there has to be some sort of historical background to the way you are, or to why you are the way you are today. You understand? I see you as cultural. You stand up for who we are as Black people. Yeah, I see you as a shining example to young Black girls coming up. It shows me that there is some sort of historical background to why you are the way you are. It's evident that that era in time made you who you are, if I can say that boldly.
No, that's very true. I think that's very true. I think that we formed a very tight knit, and we know that there's lots of influences. That we know that that there are certain pressures on individuals, make them kind of move outside of their realm or want to try and shine as a one-off. But we've always had this real togetherness, I would
Yeah,
say.
it's that grounding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
And being
grounded.
definitely.
being true to ourselves and our beliefs.
Yeah,
As well.
absolutely. Which is part of this, which is
Yeah,
never lose your true identity. We call ourselves true identity, but why? We never want to lose it.
There's a reason
Right.
for that,
Yeah,
that togetherness.
yeah.
Are you able to have that conversation today and speak about it boldly? Like, for instance, I know a lot of people shy away about having this racism and discrimination conversation for fear of being outcasted or blighted or blacklisted or whatever is the word. You can have that conversation today because you lived it.
Correct.
That's my question.
Absolutely, and
We lived it, and we also
were documented it because
Okay.
this is an interview. I don't you won't be able to see it very well, but
If you bring it
I can actually see it, yeah.
you can see it. But it's actually dated July 1981.
Okay.
And it was us being interviewed by the socialists.
Oh,
Okay.
Time. It's actually in the paper. It's very old now, but it's still there. It's there. And we were talking about the conditions.
Youth training.
Youth
Can you
training. And you can see
That's
that.
right.
Right. I see it.
see?
Yeah. Right there. So yeah.
So
Opportunities program.
yeah.
Yeah.
So there was
Yeah.
at the time there wasn't much opportunities for young Black people,
Mhm.
and they interviewed us about it and what we thought about it, and we told them that there was racism and there wasn't any opportunities for us,
Yeah.
and yeah, this falling.
So yeah, and I think I remember partly one of the questions I was asked, and I'll never forget, is
Yeah.
that it was called Youth Opportunities Program, and I remember I went for an interview after I'd finished the program, and they said I was unsuccessful because I didn't have any experience, and I said, well,
right.
how can you get experience if you're not being allowed to work and gain that experience? And I find that until today,
Yeah.
there are still people going through the same thing. I can still answer that and say that how many years after that interview.
Yeah.
So there's something wrong there.
Nothing much has changed. That's
It's true.
Nothing
We-
much has changed.
We could
Which is sad.
you know, which is it is very sad. We could
Yeah.
actually replicate
Yeah.
the answers for this, and it would be relevant to what the youth feel today.
Hey,
Yeah.
That's really a sad
That's
indictment
sad,
of
yeah.
where we are as a society. And
I can remember back in school days, right? And at the time, many of us, I remember a guy, his name was Donald Dawkins. I don't know
I
if Sharon
remember him.
remember his
Yeah,
name.
yeah.
He was very good at making amplifiers. Now, I don't know if you remember back in the 80s, they used to have this magazine where you could make an amplifier, and each week you had to buy the magazine in order to build this amplifier. So each
Yeah.
week they had a particular part. The following week you had to buy the next magazine because it had the next part to it. And he built amplifiers from this, yeah? And from there, he wanted to become an electronics engineer, but I told him that he would never be able to do that. How about testing them on, these like machines? I think back then they had like I forget the name of the like a Star Wars kind of machine that they had at the time, and you could go to a fish and chip shop, you put 10 pence in, and then you play these. I forget what it is now, the game itself, and you could play them at the actual chip shop. Now they wanted him to go to the actual manufacturing store and just test it out. He wanted to be the person who actually made them.
Right.
Yeah. Years later, he actually started to work for Amstrad, which is one of the biggest at the time. I forget the name, Amstrad, whatever company. Yeah. I remember the guy who owned the actual company, but he actually started to work for them. Yeah. Now, I remember back then, at the time, they tried to sway a lot of people from becoming what they wanted to become. Yeah. Like, for instance, I did electronics, not because I wanted to, not electronics, electrical engineering. I didn't do it because I wanted to do it. It's because my father wanted me to do it. So I did electrical engineering, right? And when I started to apply back in the 80s for these kind of jobs at the time, they were telling me I was overqualified.
that's the next
One or the other.
stupid thing.
I went through this day in, day out, and I'm like, how can you be overqualified for a job? Okay, I'm ready to take this job, whatever it is,
Another excuse, just another excuse not to, to not
Yeah.
pass you.
You're reminding me of that time and place.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's sad, but it did happen.
It happened.
Yeah.
It did happen, even going through schools, and a lot of influence happens when you're at school. And to be told from a school age that, don't go for sort of like you wanted to work in a law firm or anything. No, go try cashier or try Woolworths or, one of the supermarket
Well,
jobs.
yeah. I mean,
They never pushed you for anything greater.
the
didn't encourage
school,
you.
the school itself, though. I mean, the school we went to, with what was her
We
name?
had
Mopsley.
opportunity.
It was the careers office.
Oh gosh, I couldn't stand
We had
that
a
woman.
careers office. A careers
My God, when last have I heard that word, careers office?
officer. Do you remember her?
I remember her.
Oh.
I got banned from her class. I remember her. Business.
Oh my gosh. Oh.
So how much of this time span, this time and place, kind of shaped you as a group, would you say?
I think it had a massive influence because
Yeah.
where we used to let out all of our, everything that was horrible and where we found our nice, comfortable, sweet space was in the rehearsal.
Yeah.
That's where it was. That's for us was like, yes, this is happening. This is us.
Yeah.
This is our expression. We can do anything here. And it was just lovely. I can't even express to you how much that was our week. Our week was building up and looking forward to spending
Very
those hours in
And you
those
know,
The cultural side of who you are, I can safely say, stems from your upbringing.
Oh, 100%.
yeah,
definitely.
yeah,
Church
definitely.
is still kind of the cornerstone of I think.
Yeah.
I'm with you. I'm with you. I'm with you. Did you want to say something, Sharon?
Oh no, I'm allowing you to carry on because when we get in, we're not stopping.
All right, step aside.
Like,
Okay, so and I say that because I remember I was always amazed by Brown Sugar as a group back in the 80s. I remember it so well. Yeah, I remember so much about the 80s. I even remember some of the people who played a part in their careers, at the time. And it's interesting how you mentioned Brown Sugar in your early statement. Talk to me a bit about how there may have been inspirations in your journey.
Yeah, well, during our time, because we were rehearsing and singing, and all of these great songs were coming out, out of the UK. Brown Sugar caught our eye. Emotions as well, actually. Caught our, was it Emotions? No, it was 15, 16, and 17.
Yeah, yeah.
But Brown Sugar caught our eye because we like, wow, we three are sisters of love.
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah.
And it was that kind of a vibe that we're like, yeah, we
Yeah,
like that
yeah.
vibe.
And their harmonies.
And
as
their
well.
harmonies
Yeah.
were on point, and they were just fell in love with Brown Sugar,
Yeah.
didn't we?
It is.
So we were singing their songs.
yeah. Yeah.
Right.
But we were singing their songs.
Yeah.
And then again, apart from the kind of lovers rock era, we were really heavily into roots.
Yeah.
We were really heavily into
Talk
roots.
to me a bit about that. Who were your roots influences?
Yeah.
The roots influences, well, Burning Spear.
Burning
Burning
Spear.
Spear is a typical case in point. Royal Rasses,
Yes.
Prince Lincoln.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
That kind of real deep
Deep
roots,
roots.
was going, and obviously we had our own UK,
Yes.
some UK roots was coming out as well. But
Sorry, I think our roots as well, we actually told our own story. And because we were so in tune with ourselves, that's where our root side came out as well, because it was a story that we were telling and we put it in a song, and therefore we came out with a lot more feeling, where there was pain, you felt it, but, it was just a lot of togetherness.
Yeah, and as we keep saying that we was a band, so
Right.
it wasn't just three of us singing.
Oh, yes.
Actually, almost everyone in the
yes,
band
I forgot
Sang.
that.
sang.
Yeah.
So the
Everyone.
the drummer sang, the guitarist sang, the
That's
keyboard
right.
player sang, the
Oh,
bass.
really? Okay.
All
So
sang.
when we went out and did a gig, you wasn't sure who was gonna sing, so it was a little bit like that, wasn't it?
Oh,
And
really? Okay.
it had a real different flavour of.
It was such
It was
good
a lot
fun.
of
It's just
entertainment, yeah.
It was good fun
We were
because
family.
we as you said, we switched around with the vocal,
Yeah.
bass sang, guitarist sang, and everyone wrote their song.
Yeah,
That's right.
Everybody wrote their song, brought it to rehearsal, rehearsed it. Well, we did more rehearsals than shows.
Yeah,
Right.
Rehearsal was a rave for us.
yeah, it was.
Right.
And actually, in terms of the recording, why we haven't been, I suppose, the recording,
recording,
artists like because we were so well, we've been around for such a long time, is because we actually did a lot more live.
shows.
That's where our thing was. It was all in the live arenas and that.
I'll tell you, I want to come back to that a little bit later, because I'm now scratching my head and thinking, I remember so much about the 80s, but I never ever remember seeing the name True Identity.
No.
And I'm thinking, you guys definitely had the talent. how comes you didn't get yourself out there? What were the uphill struggles for you in being recognized as a credible group as you're being recognized today as True Identity? Make sense?
Yeah, it does
Yeah,
make
yeah,
it does
yeah.
make total sense. And I mean, we probably just didn't know how to do that. We started with a live, and that's what we knew because we knew that from church. Making a record was something else, you know, and a bit out of our kind of sphere. You know, we did actually meet Mad Professor, didn't we, at the time when Sandra Cross and the Garnett and they were all signing up with him.
And remember we
Yeah,
did-
yeah. When they were all signing up with him, so we did have exposure to Mad Professor. So we've known him since the 80s, you know, but never recorded.
But you must remember Rankin Ann.
Ranky, that's way back.
That's way back.
That is going back to the 80s
So,
with my professor. Yeah, go ahead.
so we never kind of explored that. When we formed as the band and we were working with Dennis Cross, Billy Cross, the guitarist, Andrew Roachford, that was our bass player actually, the rock star Andrew Roachford.
Yeah.
Dennis was the one that initiated that we should record.
That's right.
Yeah,
He was the
right.
one that initiated because, and obviously he knew Professor and he knew other producers.
Right.
Yeah. So we're now moving into the recording sphere.
Yeah.
Yeah. Got these girls, and I've written a song. Dennis, that is. They've written a song. Let's find a producer and let's go and record it. And we did record something.
Yeah, we did.
Right. So when did you start to record your first song?
1982.
1982.
What song was that, and how did that come about?
So we wrote a song, didn't we?
Yeah, All in Me.
Called All in Me.
And the other side was
That's right.
Love Sniff.
So it's an A and a double A side.
Yeah.
Do you remember the song?
Yeah, it was. It,
You remember it?
Yes.
Sing a little piece, man. You have to sing a little piece, man.
What's the,
What was the label? I was trying to think of the label.
Oh, God.
I was ages
Listen,
there.
I was about 6 when I sang this song.
Okay, I mean, I get your blind. Continue.
Yeah.
So yeah. Anyway, that was the first track that we ever recorded, and we went to BB Records.
That's it.
It was Bill
BV
Campbell.
Records.
BB, yeah. it
Bill
was
Campbell.
That's
Bill
right.
Campbell's label. It's
Yes.
called Blue. Was it Blue Beats?
Something like that.
Blue Beats. The Blue Beat label.
Oh, the Blue Beat label. Okay.
Yeah.
Campbell.
Yeah,
And he was working at the time with Valerie Harrison.
that's right.
That's right.
and
We did a whole album for her, remember?
yeah.
The band.
Golden
The
Touch,
band.
I think, was his hit with Valerie Harrison.
Right.
And so Bill took us under his wing and took us to Mark Angelo's studio, and we recorded the song live as it was then. It wasn't digital.
No, it was not
It was
digital.
loud, yeah.
Everything
Take
was
it live.
Everything was live.
live.
With a big old shoulder tape reel.
Yeah,
the
real to
master,
real.
Reel to reel.
And we went to Mark Angelo's studio, and we had a double booking at
Yes.
the studio.
Wait, Joanna just said reel to reel.
Yeah,
it
big
was.
reel.
Yeah.
It was.
I wonder if the nowadays generation know about reel to reel.
For real.
You're talking some things that some people may not understand.
Never heard of.
Sorry, continue.
Yeah, so we went to the studio, Mark Angelo's studio.
And it was
Yeah.
It was a double booking. That's where we first met Lindell Lewis,
that's right.
because he was
Oh my God! So you met my man Lyndon.
he was a young engineer then.
Yes.
We were babies, but he was
He had an afro back then.
yeah.
It wasn't about it like he is now. Okay, go ahead.
So he engineered our track, and we had the booking. I think we did take
Sorry, what year was this though?
82.
82.
82.
Okay.
And we had we were double booked, and just so happens that the double booking was with the now infamous Gene Adibambo.
Gina Di Bambo was.
Yeah.
It was.
It was in
God.
Wow.
I don't know what she was going to record at the time.
Might have
One of those
been
hits.
Wait, so Linda was actually recording Gina de Bambo.
was the engineer.
He was the
He was the
engineer.
engineer working at Mark Angelo.
It was the engineer. I'm with you. I'm with you. So I'm wondering if it was Orlando Gittins who was the main producer at the time, because I know he was managing her.
Okay, possibly.
Okay, cool. All right, go ahead.
And we took the booking, didn't we? We took the booking.
Yeah.
And I think that's the first time we spent literally all night out
In the studio.
in the studio.
All night.
So we were in the studio from early evening, and we didn't come back home till about 6 the next morning.
Yeah.
Studio life.
12-hour stretch. In the
Worries and problems. Mama said, what?
time we were working, so
Yeah.
That's right.
It was
Go
literally-
home, get changed, go to work.
go shower, and tidy, and go to work.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was the first recording. 1980.
Wow.
Wow.
Sharon, count yourself lucky me. I hand over the mic, you know.
Listen, do you see how nice I was? I never interrupted.
Sorry.
Biding the time. I want to touch back on, the 80s, early 80s, because like Tenstar was saying, it was a tough time for all of us. At that time, what was it, 80? Yeah, early 80s, probably 81. My mom, late 79 or something like that. And she was like, look, we're getting out of here because you girls reminded me of a time where when you go for these jobs, my brother, brilliant mind, Tenstar knows him because we all went to school together in England, Lennox, yeah? So smart. Me was only interested in the music. Me wanted the music, but my brother, ooh, brilliant mind. And he, of course, older, and he went for a job. He wanted to be a bank manager. He was qualified, and his teacher said, you're qualified, go for it. And they did not give him the job. It's best that he works in Tesco. Wow. So he went to Tesco and was a butcher. And that's when my mom said, something, we're not staying here, and we're going to have
Right.
Good. Yeah.
we got to get out of here. Them can't kidnap it, right?
Yeah.
And as scary as it was, like, yeah, I want to go. I was afraid of losing my identity because I was like, but this is me. This is, you know what I'm saying? We had our own thing going on as Black people over there, you know what I mean? And then you come to America, I was scared to lose who I was. And it just turns out, no, I'm still the same. Can't change me. Yes, I'm from London. I live in the US now. So you can't take the British side out of me. I'm still me, you know what I mean? And then I didn't want to miss our music. Our music helped a lot of us in that day to get through the tough times. We look forward to the Janet Kay, Sandra Cross, the Abyssinians. We was roots and culture.
Yeah.
And that was our identity to say this belongs to us, and that you cannot take away
That's right. That's
from
right.
us. You know what I mean? That, excuse me, that helped to shape and mold who we are as individuals. And I see that that's what it stands for, you girls. You know what I mean? You ladies. I said girls because I'm telling them to look like.
They don't look old enough, do they?
No, that's the whole thing. You see how, listen, but then what I'm saying, black not crack. So
Right.
I can't wipe it off with just nice melanin. So I was, but you know what I'm saying, right? It was, so you all were a part of that movement.
Yeah.
You ladies continue to be who you were. And even though you were doing what you were doing, your music, you all went to work. I'm saying so many things. I have so much to say. You continue to work as you bided your time to get involved in recording. So your first recording now is 82.
Yes.
When you recorded, you said that you right? You wrote All of Me. You wrote that song.
Yeah.
Now, during that time when you wrote that song, did you have the understanding of publishing and yeah, that's what I thought.
No idea.
But that's what I'm saying
Oh,
because it's the process. You know, you were told you guys need to record.
In the studio.
we're just doing our thing.
No.
So, how did that song do for you? You did that song. How well did that song fare well for you girls?
Well, I know that quite a few were pressed
Well,
because
there
it was
wasn't that much.
on.
Was it? I think he just tested. I think he was just. I think he pressed 100 copies or
I
something.
don't know, but he pressed them, but we got a copy.
We got a copy.
Was just like it wasn't much.
Yeah, we still got our copies, but how it went, I mean, there wasn't the reggae stations that we have now, so we wouldn't have heard it on something like Tony Williams because I know he never had a copy. You know,
The marketing part of it was that it was like it was a
It was
tack
on
on
foot.
to his main
Gotcha.
thing that he was focused on, which was
Valerie
Valerie
Harrison.
Harrison.
Yeah, he wanted the band. I think he, in a way, he kind of. I don't know
We're trying to be
I
pleasant.
don't know. I never really want to say
I
use, right? But
Talk up with them. Come on.
we wanted the band to back Valerie Harrison on her album.
Okay.
Band,
Yeah.
you know.
Not you.
So as a
Payback, like.
as a you know goodwill.
Good gesture. He said, "Why don't you record something?"
Yeah, I don't think he pressed more than 100 copies. That number sticks in my head. I don't think he pressed more than 100 copies. Because where are they?
I don't know.
You know.
I have one.
So I don't think he did. I just think it was just testing out on you know what you could get out of the band. He did. Yeah, it's on the AA side. Spluff Spliff.
Yeah.
Yeah, is on YouTube. And it's got like 40,000 hits.
All in
Dennis
on
told me
YouTube.
that.
And Spluff
Yeah.
Spliff to Drama Sorrow.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's got 40,000. It's all over Facebook,
YouTube.
YouTube. He told me.
It's on YouTube.
So someone's making something out of it, I think.
Somebody is, and it's probably way past that. All across seas, different countries. Do you know what I'm saying? That's what they did back then. So when did you actually know that? Wait, we're supposed to be getting something out of this. You know, like how long did it take you to even figure that out?
Wow.
Not until we grew up.
Yeah.
I mean,
We were just singing, didn't know anything about that.
I don't know if we kind of appreciated the business side of
Well,
the
we
thing.
never. We
It was
never.
just being creative and writing and singing and blending.
Yeah. Mhm.
No, it was that. It was more that than what about we should be making
Financial-
money and stuff like that.
financial
And I think that's the
implications.
story of many artists. You
Yeah.
know, we just
It is.
went along with it and.
Yeah, it is because you loved what
But
you
so
did.
so back then you guys weren't really questioning anything. You were just happy to be in the studio.
Just singing,
It was-
performing,
it was-
doing live shows.
It was fulfilling our love and our joy. So happy to be in studio, yes. Happy to be performing, yes. Happy to be singing. Happy to be, doing
Doing what we
I'm
engaging
with you.
stuff
I'm
that
with you.
we want to do.
I didn't really like this. I don't really like studio work. I like the stage.
I like
Yeah.
the stage.
I like the stage.
I think that's why I like the
Yeah.
I like the
stage.
stage,
You know, and there's a certain excitement about stage.
Yeah, true.
Because in studio you can do
Yeah.
over.
That's
Well,
right.
You know,
now-
in studio you can do over and fix, and someone can auto tune
That's
you
not. That's
and
now.
make.
That's now.
You see, when you're on stage, you got one shot at it, babe.
Got a shot at
One
that's
shot.
The thing is, though, is that when we recorded before, though, we couldn't do it. We had to do it
Oh,
over
yeah,
and over
yeah,
and over
yeah,
and over
yeah.
and over
With
and
the
over
tape.
again. Till
That's how the recording
That's
was.
how
It was
it was.
live. Now,
yeah.
it's different.
yeah, hence our 12-hour stretch there. You know, so
It's different.
Yeah, different today. I think now we have an appreciation of the business side because we understand more.
Yeah.
We're growing up. We're being in industry.
Yes.
And so we certainly do know about publishing
Mhm.
and copyright,
Writing.
you know, PRS,
Yeah.
and your rights as a musician, and all these things that we should be kind of, if we're going to ensure that the business side of the music is
Yeah.
dealt with,
Yeah.
you know.
Mhm.
It's so important that, you know, the young artists now really get that under their belt. Like one of the first lessons that they learn in this industry, because there's so much that has happened that has meant that a lot of the generations that have gone before us, they've not had any kind of accolade or recognition or financial reward.
Yeah.
Stuff that
Precisely.
they created and done. That's why, I mean, there's lots of court cases going on now.
Yeah, of course.
Have, you know, used people's lyrics,
lyrics,
the musical arrangement, and they've not been rewarded or even recognized for it. So it's one of the first things I'd say to any young musician, songwriter,
Yeah.
composer, is that you really have to understand that part of the industry, because that's where you can totally, you know, be encouraged from really, you know, getting your full potential and seeing that there's a financial benefit from it.
Yeah.
You know?
And also getting used to the C word, which is contract.
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah,
So
we
is it-
never did have anything with Bill Campbell.
No.
No.
I don't know.
I don't even remember
I think
finding a
Dennis-
release or
I
anything
think
like
Dennis
that.
and him had a kind of maybe kind of like a gentleman's agreement with the band, and
Yes.
then recording us.
Mm.
But we did one single with him, and that was it,
Yeah.
isn't it? And then do you remember we then moved to another? It took us to another manager. Do you remember the
Yes,
other
I do
manager?
remember him.
We were being managed by another
What's
guy.
his name?
I can't remember his name, but we didn't really do anything with that
Oh, gosh,
manager.
yeah.
What's his name? I can't
Do you
remember his
remember? Yeah,
name.
but we were, you know. So yeah, I mean, True Identity carried on for a while. We carried on rehearsing as a band. We didn't do any more recordings.
Lots of gigging.
Few gigs here and there. Andrew Roachford,
rehearsing.
at the time, he branched off. He went to music college and graduated, and
Became a superstar.
became a rock. You know, he got a top 10 hit.
He's a very good songwriter, so he's
Yeah,
written
yeah.
songs that you wouldn't even realize that, you know, the composer part of it, where he's made most of
That's where he's made his money.
most of his money.
Yeah, and that's a good indication to us, is that you don't always have to sing the song. You can write the song and it's a good song, you know, that's where you can really sell it and make the money, publish it and sell the song.
Right. That's right. That's right. So tell me about your gigs though. How were you getting gigs? Like, how was that working?
Well, back in the day, being political,
That was a huge draw.
that I don't know how we got picked up by the Socialist Party. I really don't. I don't know how
To
they
interview
must have.
us. Yeah.
Well, they must have spotted us in some pub.
Oh, yeah.
Because we got a little residence at
Was it-
Was it
George
the
Canning pub.
That's right.
Yes.
Cool Notes was playing there.
That's right.
Sorry.
Yes, the Cool Notes. I remember them. Yes. Yes. Okay.
So the Cool Notes were playing there, and I don't know how we got in there, but we took over that kind of
That residence.
that residence.
Spots, yeah.
Yeah.
So that is now the Hootenanny.
Which is
Oh yes, yes, yes.
So
Oh wow.
there every week, wasn't
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
So we were gigging there in the pub. I don't know how we shouldn't even have been in the pub.
No, we shouldn't have been
We
at the
were
pub. We were underage.
Age.
Other musicians were older.
They were
Yeah, so
older.
we got
That's
to-
right.
Oh, that's how you got in there. Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so
So a bit of people see us and they want to book us.
That's what I was-
they
So
have,
you know, we had a gig in Wessex House, I think, at the
Yeah.
time, which was
Clapham
in
Junction.
Clapham Junction, and then we had another gig. There was a pub also in Clapham.
Yes,
Two
yeah,
Brewers.
Two brewers.
Two
That's
Brewers
right,
is
that's
now
right.
a gay club. Well,
Yeah,
gay club, I think it is
club,
now.
yeah.
And we had another gig at the Beehive.
That's right.
which is this very
So we
old,
got
very
interviewed.
old picture where we got
Yeah.
interviewed for the Socialist Party.
That's right, yeah.
We did a gig in front of for the Labour Party. Was it the Socialist Party? But Tony Benn
Yeah, yeah,
And his
yeah.
wife was there, yeah.
and his
Tony White, I
wife
remember
were
that.
in,
Ah,
I remember that.
Remember
remember that
distinctly.
gig?
Yeah.
That was in West London.
Mhm.
It was all the way in West London somewhere, but he was in the audience at the time.
Yeah.
So yeah, we was getting into politics.
We were,
No?
we were quite political. I think
Yeah.
as a group.
When I even think about it, it was kind of.
So it was less for us about the recordings, but more about the messaging.
The messages and the
Yeah.
shows.
Yeah.
Messaging.
you got, so were you, sorry to interrupt, but were you performing songs that you wrote, or were you doing covers? What was happening at that time? Why was into the politics? I mean, you're expressing yourself, yes. Was it your songs? Was it songs that you heard? Like, what was going on then?
No, they were
We did,
a lot of
they
them
were
were original
our
songs. A lot. Remember, we were saying that the whole band wrote.
Right.
So we were we were performing the songs that we were rehearsing, which
Collectively,
were
yeah.
our songs.
Wow.
Yeah, and a lot of them were politically motivated songs.
I mean, we cover one or two because
Yeah,
we
we cover
we
one or
really
two.
like the Mighty Diamonds, so we used to
Yeah.
sing a lot of
Oh,
Mighty.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And we did a couple. I think we did Sidonians. I think we did no Sidonians. I don't know. We did cover one of them songs. And maybe I did. Like, Dennis really liked Lovers Rock as well, didn't he?
He
So
did because he.
so we do.
We did do a few.
Do some of those Lovers
Yeah,
Rock
yeah.
songs as well, you know, including our own.
Mhm.
Well, as Beverly Note says, you all were some radical queens, huh? Radical queens, and it was radical all on, no.
Yeah,
Radical.
We just
yeah,
like to stand up for what we believe in, you know, still true to our name. And the same today.
yeah,
We haven't
yeah.
changed.
Try and keep it real, you know.
Keep it real.
Well, I mean, that's what it is. There's nothing. I know you're looking at messages too, like Beverly. I've enough to say, but anyway.
Saying that Andrew was a great singer 2 years. He's a great singer.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So now at this time, now you're doing these gigs, but you girls you got day jobs. So
Yeah.
you continue with your life. Was there a time when you all said, I'm going to sit down for a while and just concentrate on
Yeah.
work? And
Oh yes.
When what happened?
Well, we happy.
We had babies.
that's what I was getting to. I was like,
Yeah.
when did that happen for you? Because it's great you're out there, but then who are you at the end of the day? Who you with? Who's supporting you? Do you take a break and be like, I'm accountant right now?
Natural break,
Natural
you
break.
know, through the sort of
Late 80s,
well, I didn't have any till
90s,
90s for me.
yeah, haven't we?
yeah. So the 90s, yeah. Right too, but so we had our children, and we still convened at times to maybe do the odd performance. We were now a trio
Yeah.
as well. So when we had our natural break
we
and we
came
had
back.
children, we came back as the
a
trio.
Yeah.
trio.
We retained the name,
Yes.
and we just carried on.
So everybody in the band was doing their own thing at that time when you all took a break. They went on to different things, is what you're saying, yeah?
Yeah. So Andrew went off and started his career as a solo art act.
Yeah.
Dennis and Billy, I think they carried on, but they were doing other things.
Yeah.
And Mark, who was the guitarist at the time, I'm not quite sure what don't know what he went on to do. But we stuck together to try and see if we could retain the name, see what we could do. So we had children, we all had children.
Because, you know, we must remember that we were also friends.
Yeah.
You know,
But
not
she's my
just-
sister, so I
Well,
can't,
yeah, yeah,
I can't get rid of her.
yeah. You read no, but you know, my friends,
Yeah.
you know, kept in contact with each other.
Yeah.
Yeah. Throughout the whole time.
Yeah.
So we never ever broke that kind of bond.
And that's right. That's
You know,
right.
and there were times when you come together and you sing together, but we
Yeah.
weren't doing active stage work or recording. So
Yeah.
active stage work or recording. That came a little bit later after, you know, we could do it basically. Family allows us.
Yeah. I think what's really beautiful about this union with you ladies is that you did remain friends, because there are some groups. I'm not gonna call any names. I'm not gonna pull out anybody's name right now. But as women, you all continue to support each other. Whereas some groups, some thought one was better than the other. One was outshining the other, and then when they had the opportunity, they took off. But you all remained true. The camaraderie of like, yes, you two are sisters. Like, you can't get rid of her, so it is what it is. But as a group of women in this day and age too, it's not easy, you know.
No,
It's not easy at all, especially, I mean, you're three different personalities, of course, that's number one.
Yeah.
But what is beautiful again about you girls, you continue to support each other.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That is beauty in itself, because unfortunately, if a lot of us women would continue to support your sisters out there, your sisters in arms, we could be armies out there, but there's somebody trying to destroy each other's characters, and why she did think that she was bad enough, but it was me. All of that stupidness, you know what I mean?
yeah.
You all kept it together. So I say all that to say, whatever you're going to be doing now, whatever you girls chose to do now, you have your families, you have you this, now is your time.
Yeah.
Now is your time to make that difference. Like you started the foundation and the foundation did not break. That is a blessing. Regardless what anybody want to say, you're rooted in the foundation of your union. Can't break that.
What's the same thing?
No, so we also encourage each other
Of course.
in our songwriting. It's not just one individual that sings. You write a song and depending on how that song fits the individual, because you all have different tones.
Yes.
So therefore we encourage each other to actually go and do a lead, say.
Right.
You know, but it's not just kept solely as just one person doing the lead. singing.
And that's respect. So I mean, I commend you all, and I'm excited for what's coming, because first of all, I still want my t-shirt, because
It's really funny, isn't it? It's really, I was just going to say, I mean, we've got these t-shirts on, right? And this is 1981 with our t-shirts on. Ooh,
yeah, I saw
Wow.
that. I was like,
Wow.
yes,
changed, have we?
Nothing will change.
nothing has changed.
1981, just so we got a logo and all this stuff now.
Exactly. So you evolved now to the 20th century, basically, right? So what can you tell me now that's different for you all as opposed to when you all started out? What have you learned the most back then to now? What's different?
I think it's about us controlling what we want to do in our direction, when we want to do it, how we want to do it as well. I think that before we were, you know, very much, I don't know, just doing it for a passion, and we still do it for a passion, but now we've just got that bit more control, and we say yes to things we want to do and no to things we don't want to do, and we kind of shape in, I guess, our lyrically how to produce, not dictated to us as back in that time as
Yeah.
much.
But that's the thing. You kind of were rebels with a cause, and it just seems if you were not that way back then, I don't think you could be who you are now. You're stronger now, still a unit, but I feel like you're even stronger now, that your message that you've always stood by, truth and rights, justice for all, we ain't taking no crap,
Mhm.
It's stronger now, and now your message that you're going to be bringing to your music is relevant now. It has to come out now. Like your strength, there's strength in numbers, yes. You girls have it. I'm excited to hear what's coming. I'm excited for the new or revamped True Identity, per se. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So, can you tell me what that is for you?
What we're doing now? Or
Yeah.
okay, so I'll just go back a little bit to
Mhm.
2013 because we did actually in the early 2000s come back. You know,
Okay.
2000s we came back. So
Yeah.
the break through the 90s was Children, and then in the early 2000s we came back and we did actually record a 10-track
Track.
album.
Yes, we did. Yeah.
We did do that. That was original songs we'd written in the past and stuff like that. And we brought that together with a producer at the time. Unfortunately, we didn't like the final
Mix.
product mix.
Always the case.
Didn't like it.
Always. The
You know, and said we can't sign that off. You know, we're not happy with that. And that was a good 3 or 4 years. Maybe longer doing
Of
that.
creating that,
You know?
yeah, coming back into it, and then finding your I suppose your creativity again, and then
Yeah.
musically putting it together. But the difference this time is that when we said we didn't like it and we're not signing that off, we weren't signing it off. We said no, so
So that was sort of, we've got those songs, but and they're original songs, really some really good songs.
Yeah.
So that was in the early 2000s up to 2000 and whatever it was, seven. And we kept singing.
Yeah.
We kept singing, and we were getting some little gigs, just doing little PAs and stuff like that.
Mhm.
And then we decided that we wanted to do our own, executively produce our own EP, which is when we came out in 2013 and did our own. So we brought musicians in, we wrote some of the songs, we covered some songs, we did our own EP. And that was like a launch, a relaunch,
Yeah.
rebirth, if you like, of True Identity.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just before that, we went to Jamaica. No, that was after. Was it after?
Yes. Oh no, it
It was
before.
before.
Oh no, beg your
It
pardon.
was before.
So much happened in
I'm
2013.
not going mad.
So much happened.
Yeah. We went. We just before because we'd recorded everything. We mastered it, but we hadn't had the launch yet. We
Yeah,
hadn't
that's
launched
right,
it
yeah.
yet. And just in that spring,
Yeah.
we went to Jamaica. We said, right, this is our chart. We always wanted to perform live with a live band on a Jamaican stage, and we were saying we ain't getting no back with no actual after we. So, but that was one of our ambitions, and a musician at the time, King Sounds, he heard us at
Yeah, we were doing some
at-
gigs.
we were
for
doing
Jamaica.
some, the High Commission, Jamaica High Commission regularly uses us
Yeah,
for lots of their events, a lot of their events.
Right.
And he was at one of the events and he heard us there, and he says, right, I've got there's a Western Consciousness gig down in Jamaica, Montego Bay, the 25th year, was that what?
Yeah,
25th year
anniversary.
anniversary of Western Consciousness. And he called up the producer, what was his name again? Warwick, wasn't it? Warwick King.
He's a promoter.
Promoter, that's right.
Right.
And I said, right, I've got these ladies, I want them on the bill, and yeah, all right. And so we all flew to Jamaica. Gosh, that was a journey. And
That was a good
It
experience.
was such an experience.
It was a good
There was a
experience.
lot of all of the top artists in Jamaica was performing on that night. I can't even. I will remember.
Wayne, Luciana,
Marcia,
John Holt was
John
there.
Holt,
Mutabura.
Big
Wow.
Baraka, Big U. It was a lot of them.
lot of
Bounty Killer.
Bounty Killer was there.
A lot of them, and the girl Shireen. She was very
Shireen
hot.
Anderson.
Shireen Anderson.
Doreen Anderson.
Lorraine Anderson. Okay, cool.
A lot of them. It was a trailer load of artists that on that.
Yeah, it was great.
And you know, and we went to the rehearsal down in Kingston.
2 minutes.
Yeah,
I mean,
let me tell you,
they're so
they
on point.
the musicians, when you say that there's discipline,
Yes.
you know, the discipline was just amazing. There was none of this, you turn up at rehearsal, you drink one drink, you gone or gone, burn one stick. None of
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
They had listened to
Yeah.
it, they had the track, they were playing
They were
it
ready.
before, and
they were singing it.
they were singing our song.
Yeah.
It was
Wow.
it was something. It was really something. And to be on that stage, it was just, I tell you.
Yeah.
We felt a proud Jamaican. We felt a
Yes,
proudness.
it was
Yeah, they were receptive. They were really receptive.
yeah.
And they were moving.
They were
you
like,
know?
oh
Yeah.
my gosh, are these girls, they were
They're British,
English.
they're not English.
Yeah. Yes, of course.
That was an experience. But, you know, that kind of gave us such a big bounce.
Yeah.
So when we came back and we was launching the
It was on
EP,
fire.
we were on fire.
Is that right?
No, it
No,
was with
coming
the
home, actually, we performed in Jamaica.
That's correct.
Okay.
yeah.
Coming
we
home.
did.
So remember, we were
performed
going
that.
to do this. We normally do Coming Home. It's on the same bass line as Dreamland.
Yes.
Right.
Dreamland.
Okay.
And they said, "Oh no, you can't do
Marcia's
that."
gonna sing
Marcia's
Dream-
singing
Marcia's singing
Dreamland.
Dreamland.
And her
Oh,
rehearsal-
For real.
You can't see it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So yeah, really, really nice musicians. Top
Brilliant.
drummer called
Yeah.
Desi Jones.
Desi.
Brilliant.
He was the
brilliant.
musical
MD.
He was the MD.
Desi Jones, brilliant. We're still in contact with him
Mhm.
as well. Hopefully doing
so I'm curious. I am curious though. When you said that you recorded this track, I'm gonna take you back just for a minute. You recorded that album, and you were not happy with the final product. Was it the music? Like who chose the music? You girls wrote. You said you did maybe one or two covers, but who wrote or produced the music? Like who was doing that for you when you did the album?
So it was the producer at the time that he produced, but he was also a musician, and he created all of the tracks. We wrote
Okay.
the original lyrical content to the
Okay.
tracks.
Mhm.
But in the mix, we just never liked how it was put together.
Mhm.
So that's why we said no. And what it was he had not involved us in that whole.
Right, in the process. Right. Yes,
So
I get it.
What it was that this is the mastered version. Listen to this. Can I go with this?
Mm.
And we was like, hold on a minute, no. Well, actually, I had refused to go full stop.
Yeah, the final mix. In fact, we never heard the
That's
final
what
mix.
I'm saying. We was just
We were never-
presented.
It was just done.
We were just done
it
and
was-
said, this is it.
It was
Yeah.
completed.
Can I go?
Yeah.
Have a listen now, but it's already done, really. You know, so really, it was
I
not.
don't understand it. I mean, if you call yourself producer,
Exactly.
you're supposed to have a particular ear.
Yes. Evidently, he
for
had no
this.
ear.
You know what I mean? And if you're presenting that to a group and they say, you're happy with this, you should know whether it's good enough, better than the group itself.
Exactly.
Producers
That's
and
just my 2 cents worth.
Yeah.
No, but it's true. But that's why I had to go back, because I said, well, you all have learned so much over the years, so you kind of know what you want. But here's this guy thinking like, yeah, we're going to record them in, and that you don't know, you wouldn't know the difference. It's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That was wrong, number one. It's 100% not right. And I had to ask the question, what was about it that was wrong to you? And
Yeah.
you said it, you know what I'm saying? You know what you're supposed to sound like. You know what you want.
Yeah, and they were good songs. They just didn't sit well musically on
That's
the
right.
music, and the mixes. I mean, from what we heard, they weren't together. So what we decided to do is just carry on performing, as we did, and we were doing quite a few bits and pieces, weren't we? And then we decided later on to just do our own thing. Let's just try and pull it together and do something myself.
Control it 100%.
So
So,
build, get the rhythms then built, get the musicians them in, even give them a lick, tell them what to do, tell them what you want, whether you want a horns here or
Yeah.
a
Give them
drop
a
in
melody
there.
line and all of that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Do it yourself.
Get a lead guitarist, do some overdubs.
Little picking
Because so we're
here,
learning
little, you know,
She
fillers.
learned a little, yeah, she learned a little.
more about
It
the
is
studio
becoming more
work. In
tuned.
fact,
Yeah, like, yes.
I've got a drum machine, I had a couple of drum machines, I've got a keyboard. I started to kind of build little things for us to work on, what we could do, you know.
Right. You need to have an idea of what you wanted, you know what I'm saying? And then the musician to build off of that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And make it like actually happen. But is it you? So it's just keyboards that you play, yeah?
Yeah, just the keyboards.
And nobody else plays any instruments, right? None of the other ladies, you don't play any instruments.
Vocal cords.
So good.
All right, you're right.
Best instrument.
That's a big instrument, right?
I can play the bell and I can shake a tambourine.
He said I can play the bell. Okay, so then you can say your percussions then. All right, so she's
Yeah,
keyboard,
but
keyboard,
I
percussion.
understand musically. Look, so when you talk about chords, key, you know, and I definitely understand all of that. I don't physically play it, but
Yeah.
definitely got an understanding and ear for that.
Which is important. 10 star, I will allow you to come in. Thank you.
Thank God. It's all good.
You
I
know.
tell you what, one of the things that you know, just listening to you and your story is the fact that, you know, you listen to the final product, the mix and the mastering. I always say, you know, you can sing the best songs in the studio and put your heart and soul into it, sounding great when you're doing it. But if the mixing and the mastering ain't saying, you know what I'm saying, the SHIT, then forget it. Because I've been there, because I've produced many in my time, you know. And I remember I signed a deal with Jetstar, Mr. Palmer at the time, and it was a rhythm that I had done, which was a cross between soca and dancehall. So it had that soca steel pan in it, and when I listened to the final mix, they had distorted the mix itself.
Yeah.
And the mastering was distorted. So when you listen back to it, it was nothing like I had created in the studio.
Yeah.
So I can see where you're coming from.
Yeah.
So now you've taken the bull by the horn and you say you're going to do your own productions.
Yeah.
That I'm assuming that was the mind frame.
That's exactly.
Gone in and you started doing it. At the time when you decided to come back into the industry, from what the people were saying then when you left to what people were saying now as you came in, what were your ears hearing from the people itself in terms of true identity?
That's a good
That's a
question.
good question.
It's really funny because some people knew of us. A lot of people, like Sandra Cross, she knew of us, you know, and a few of the kind of 80s lovers rock people, they did know of us, you know, but
Right.
we weren't mainstream. We weren't mainstream because we didn't have any hits as such.
Yeah.
You know, they're just, they're a trio group and they
They're
do,
performing.
they perform, you know.
Did you make any noise?
Sorry?
Making a noise.
Did you make any noise? Were you being recognized as a trio group but just never got there in your eyes?
I guess so. I guess if we had, you know, gone down to my professor's studio, we might have sung something down there, and who knows what might have happened.
Yeah.
Who knows?
Right.
One of these classic lovers rock hits.
Remind me of why you took the break in the first place.
Between
From
At the time you took a break, you know, from being True Identity, and then you came back.
Yeah.
Why did you take that initial break in the first place? To remind me.
Basically, it was
Family break.
family, mostly family. Yeah.
I'm with you.
Family break. Yeah.
Family kicked in, you had your family, you came back,
Yeah.
and then you started making some noise. Because I remember when you first came with the EP, it stood out. I'm like, wait, who are these ladies? It made me, your image, because image is everything in the industry, right? Even if you can't sing, image is still everything,
Yeah.
right? But I saw the image of true identity and it stood out for me. Your image made me want to hear what you had to deliver. And I heard what you had to deliver and I was hugely impressed. When you came back, what was that experience like for you when people started acknowledging your EP?
I said
Right.
it was coming off of the back of
Jamaica.
from Jamaica, so we was
So
already on a huge.
it was on
bounce.
fire.
We were
Really.
on fire,
Yeah.
and what we wanted to make sure was that culturally, our image showed that we were. It wasn't about exposing your body parts. It was about being strong and presenting how
Yes.
you looked, and a divinity.
Yeah.
It was like a divinity there. So that's why
You had something to say.
yeah, she's amazing at creating the look that you see from
Yeah.
True Identity in our various different places that we perform at, and even in wherever we are. And I think that, as you say, is the image
The image itself. Yeah. is-
really presents how you're telling your story and how people are receiving your story and what you've got to say and how you say it and how you bring it to them, and how you can make that come to life, if that makes sense.
Yes.
Everything you say, I relate. I really, and I'm telling you firsthand of how you ladies make me feel as a music junkie. I'm a music junkie. If I hear something, I gotta buy it. And image, like I say, is everything. Your image spoke loud to me for all the things you just mentioned, Joe. And all those things spoke to me loud and clear from an image. Is that what you gathered from the general public who were listening to you second time?
Yes. Yes. Yeah.
It's funny you should say that.
Yes.
It's really
Yeah.
funny because
Yeah.
that was one of the things that people thought, oh my gosh, and all of a sudden we've noticed that since that
Noticed. Yeah.
we have noticed that since that there's been a conscious effort from performers and artists to raise
raise
that
the
bar.
bar.
To make sure that when you're on stage, you're not in an old raggedy cardigan or a tear-up jeans. They're presenting themselves in a manner that makes people want to hear it. Say, oh my gosh, you really look like you're on stage. You're presenting that whole, that feeling that people want to engage. You want to engage, and you want to make sure that how you look is really on point.
That's half-
It is.
half
It is.
the-
Half of it is that.
Half of the performance is presentation.
Presentation, right?
Presentation, how you move, how
Yeah.
you engage, how
I was going to say something, but there's a band. Do you remember Winston? Winston from Borderline.
Yes.
We worked with a band regularly, and he's always wondering, what are True Identity going to wear?
where, yeah.
It's always what we're going to
Yeah,
wear.
what we're going to wear, because we always come up, there's always something that's kind of a bit spectacular or a bit different or a bit more coordinated, or working with even the set, the presentation of the music set.
Yeah.
How does the dress complement the set?
That's right, yeah.
As well. Because
Yeah.
when you
Talk to me about that. Who comes with that mindset? Because there's a mindset. Who comes with that mindset for the group and say, this is what we're going to wear today? Bam, bam!
Yeah.
You know, as the girls say, you know, when it comes to the set, you have to try and dress accordingly. So if we're doing a more roots and cultural show, we have to portray that as well in our dress sense.
Yeah.
So if it's more lovers rock, then you still dress decently in accordance with.
Not that we sing much lovers rock.
Yeah,
We
we're not
don't.
really
we don't,
not-
we don't
we're not.
sing.
So we
much
don't
lovers.
we don't have that. That's I wouldn't say that that's in our.
It's not lovers. There's different. We call that Jamaican lovers, don't we? It's not.
Robado.
Robado.
A rubber dub,
Rubber dub.
right?
I mean, lovers rock, as it, you know,
Yeah.
you can.
We do.
We do it.
We do.
Right.
In the sense of, is True Identity a Brothers Rock group? Well, no.
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 Well, they don't class us.
No, they certainly don't.
No. But we did it. We did it back in the day.
Yeah.
We sang lovers rock.
Yeah, we
You
did.
know, as well as everything else, as well as the Abyssinian stuff, a bit root
Roots and
stuff, a
culture.
bit,
Mhm.
you know. So we did all of that. When we're building a set for a show, which to me is quite important, if
It's
we're doing a
critical.
45-minute set,
Yeah,
we tend to look at how the songs flow from one to the other, and sometimes it might even be how the chords are flowing from one song to the next, so you don't get a really big disparity of one song and then the next song. You know, there's a bit of a flow of the set.
and also we also look at what is the show. Is it a festival type? Is it a party party type
Yeah, that's right. You have to look right.
of culture, or is it something that is a celebratory kind of thing? So we coordinate all of what we do to the performance that we are giving. I think that's
A lot of thought goes into how you present yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
What I love about you ladies is little. I don't want to say that. Okay, let me say it this way, right? At the time when you came out as True Identity, second time around, right? We're now witnessing the dancehall era. I had this conversation yesterday, and we're seeing ladies presenting themselves in a particular kind of way. It feels like you got to have half your clothes off in order to present yourself or to make some sort of noise. I know lovers or dancehall lovers, as I like to call it, or lovers rock, is a different genre than dancehall itself. But at that time, it seemed to me there was this tug and pull of you on one hand as True Identity presenting yourselves in a beautiful, lovely light. It shows that ladies could be sexy in a long dress. Who would have thought that ladies could look so sexy in a long dress that went below the knees, right? But on the dancehall era now, we're looking at them in a different kind of way, where it's way above the knees, right? So here I'm seeing you ladies presenting us in the right light. And I sometimes feel like maybe I'm in a different era in time. So I kind of check myself. Am I from the old school where things were different then, and here is where we are now? That as dancehall artists, you got to be, I don't know, you know where I'm coming from.
Yeah.
You got to have half your clothes off. But here I am seeing True Identity presenting us in the true light that can't you be a dancehall artist and still look sexy with all your clothes on and so forth? And, that's where my mindset is at, really. And I look at the crime rate. So these are conversations I feel that we need to have, that we shouldn't be sweeping under the carpet. The crime rate, especially when it comes to females, is on the high. Who would have thought back in the 70s, I would never have thought that, little kids would be raped. You know what I mean? But we're seeing that in our day and age. How does what I'm saying have any relevance to you?
I think that what we've always tried to do is to, keep to our truth, keep to our truth, regardless of what is going on around us. And we know there's a lot of horrible horrors, particularly in the music, the language that's being spoken, the way it's being delivered, the images that it seems like the imagery is now more important than what is being sung or what is being delivered musically. It's all about the image, and there's only one dimension of that, and that is, what do you want to call it? Exposure of
Explicit.
explicitness. And that seems to be what is now selling things like hot bread. But what we've tried to do is to, as I say, remain true to ourselves and our belief and actually just let our voices and our harmony particularly be the shining light to our audience, and to make sure that we are displaying our truth and never trying to let go of that in the way in which we attire ourselves and in the way in which we present ourselves musically.
Well, I tell you what, little do you know, well, maybe you do know, but for everything that you ladies do, and in the way that you present yourselves, the clothes that you wear, how you present yourselves, is always going to be a teachable moment for everybody at hand. For those who want to recognize, and for those who do not want to recognize, is a teachable moment. And for those who don't know, they soon will know that you ladies have been teaching many for years. That's what I truly believe.
Thank you.
Everything that you're doing is working, from your image to your music. I just have one gripe.
Yeah.
Okay.
One gripe. One big, heavy gripe.
Okay, let's hear it.
I don't know how to tell you, ladies, man. I don't know if you want to hear it.
Oh God.
Let's hear it. We don't,
We're good.
You're not releasing enough music for me. I'm greedy.
Okay.
What's going on there? Why am I not hearing enough music by True Identity?
It is true.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, since the EP, we've actually got songs that we recorded for a second EP actually. But we did the EP by ourselves.
Yeah.
And then we went on to do singles.
So we've done quite a few singles.
Yeah, so we worked with Bubblers, and then we did a few with him. So we've done about 5 or 6 singles, I think.
With different producers.
Yeah, and I totally agree. But it's this thing, Tenstar. I mean, I don't know, if we should just be shooting out these tracks.
Yeah, because
like you go and buy shopping.
Yeah, we have so much material, and our problem is we are sticklers for perfection.
Yeah, I mean, there's a thing about
choosing.
how many singles do you, or how much do you do? I know we should have done an album. We should have done an album at least by now. But
I guess the album will lay my jitters to rest.
yeah,
Even if you came with an album, I think that's what people are expecting, an album.
I think that's
I'm expecting an album because I love you ladies so much. I love what you have to deliver. I hear some of the rhythms and I say to myself, man, there's so much more to come from True Identity, so much more. I see so much more. And I think, to me, you're just sprinkling. You get a little sprinkle and then, me not like sprinkle. Just give me the whole plate. Sorry.
No, but yeah,
We have recorded stuff. We do have recordings, but as you say, it's putting the right things together.
yeah,
How fussy are you when it comes to putting stuff together?
We're
We are very
notoriously
fussy.
slow.
We're very slow.
We're very slow.
And
But when we do something, we want to make sure that it is the
right.
best that we can possibly make it, and we
Yeah.
are. But we are notoriously slow.
When are you happy with the final product? Put it that way. Tell me.
Pardon?
When are you happy with the final product? When is it like, okay, this is it? We don't have to tweak. We don't have to do nothing more with this. This is it. When do you come collectively to that final decision?
Yeah.
We're
Huh?
very critical.
I guess, but I think because we can't get away from live, I think our problem is that a lot of the music now, a lot of it is mechanical, a lot of it is and so what we're always trying to do is to add a live musician to this.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, but it would sound nice if that, and so what we end up doing actually a lot of the time is replacing a lot of the mechanical stuff with live, and we've got to get the musicians. Would you agree with that? We put an awful lot of live music on our tracks. So where we're coming from in terms of the how the music is built in the first instance, we're saying, oh, that could have sounded a little bit different, or we could have had a little bit more there if it was a live, if we had a live person, a live musician on it.
Right.
So that is where our bottleneck is. To answer your question in terms of where we are happy with it, it is where we feel that
Nothing more.
we can't put another maraca in it. But that's why we are so slow at saying yes, this is the final version of where we are in terms of recording the thing.
My last question to you before I hand to Shan and we open it to the public will be, where is True Identity now? What lies in store for us, the public? What can we look forward to?
Album?
yes, an
Yeah.
album in the making.
We've got so many tracks now that that are we think.
How many tracks would you say you have in store?
Man,
We've probably got about 8 recorded tracks,
Okay.
and this last one that we wrote in lockdown.
yeah.
we've
Deliver
actually-
Me. Tell me about Deliver Me.
Deliver me, right?
Deliver Me, yeah.
Deliver Me.
So that's what came out. We kind of got inspired by Jennifer Lara,
Yeah.
Okay.
her Consider Me track.
Yeah.
It was a track that Rough Cut wanted us to do on a live show,
Yeah.
and we did it, and we started to play around with the song, and it kind of came out of nowhere where we started to sing Deliver Me,
Yeah.
not Consider Me, but Deliver Me.
It was Daddy Ernie, wasn't he, when we was on the Zoom thing? Do you remember? We was doing the Zoom event. I can't remember what event it was.
Yeah, because
And we started to sing the Consider Me, but we
yeah,
Deliver Me. and
yeah,
and
we patched the song out because
Yeah.
the song had a gap, so we then did put something in the gap,
Mhm.
kind of bring the song together in a
Yeah.
way, because it was a very short song.
Right.
So we started to sing Deliver Me, Jaja,
yeah,
in the song.
Mhm.
She kept singing she was singing about slavery in that song.
yeah,
Consider Me, 400 years,
yeah,
in
slavery. that's right.
slavery. It's been a long, long time. Consider me, consider me. And we started to sing Deliver Me, because we were in the pandemic
And we wanted to get
and we needed deliverance.
yeah,
For real. We all did.
Deliverance, man, and it was all about people. A lot of people prayed, and they, it was a really weird time. And so the lyrics came out of feeling that we just needed to look up and just ask for deliverance, or wherever you can get that deliverance from, that comfort from. And the song came out from there,
that's right.
isn't it?
Mhm.
It's pretty deep.
I'm gonna say next. You know what I'm gonna say next, right?
Deep song.
Yeah.
It's a very deep song.
What do you think I'm gonna say next?
Sing it.
No. Tell us.
Yes.
There you go.
Why
Go
you
for
just
it.
not said it? Why you
And
just
then
not said
and then
it?
I'm gonna play a few bars from the song. Anytime you're ready,
Yeah.
Okay.
go for it.
He wants you to
Okay,
sing.
I thought you were
I
going to
thought you were gonna play the track.
No,
Sing
he
a few
said
bars first. Sing a few bars.
a cappella.
Under the watchful eye of the Most High, nobody on earth can hide. No cloak or no disguise. The universe's law brings us harmony, and Mother Nature shows us just how life should be. And as we see the sun rising in the east, we do give thanks for life, humbly ask for peace. So help me, Jah Jah. Deliver me, please, Jah Jah.
Peas on bread.
Deliver me, Jah Jah, under the watchful eye of the Most High. Nobody on earth can hide, no cloak or no disguise. The universe's law brings us harmony, and Mother Nature shows us just how life should be. And as we see the sun rising in the east, we do give thanks for life, humbly ask for peace. So help me, please, Jah Jah. Deliver me, please, Jah Jah. Living in this world, I can clearly see. Open your third eye, that's the key. Now you know the truth.
You're muted. You're muted. You're muted.
That's the only key. And as we see the sun rising in the east, we give thanks for life, humbly ask for peace. So help me, please, Jah Jah. Deliver me, please, Jah Jah. Help me, please, Jah Jah.
Deliver me, Jah Jah.
Deliver me, please, Jah Jah.
Oh my God. You don't read. You don't. Sharon, take over. I'm
Listen,
lost for words. I'm choked up. That is
they are
beautiful.
always on time, right on time, on point. You want
Talk,
fun? Let me
talk to
fan
them,
him,
Cheryl.
yeah?
Me a palpitation right now.
Fan him,
Fan me.
cool him down.
It's such pleasure to know that we can deliver our harmonies, our vocals to you, and that pleasure. It's a pleasure for us to deliver that to you.
Yeah.
It's an honor for us because let me tell you something.
So you like the song? You like the
We
song?
love this song.
Oh my God, it's
The song is
bombastic.
wicked. I mean, we heard it before. Of course, we, checking stuff out. We heard it before, and I was like, Ten Star and I were talking. I was like, I see things. I see some big things coming. I said I could see them with some different music.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah,
I
yeah.
know that we are even a smidgen part of it because we see so much for you in different instruments, different things. I was like, I don't think, maybe you don't know how big you are yet, but you're large. You're large. And I need to say, for the most part, a couple of people in the room know when I start talking, it's almost like preaching, but I'm going to tell you what's going down.
Preach.
You know, I heard you say some things as Tenstar asked you some, question on why so long or why this, that, and the other. You're actually right on time. You girls have been in preparation for some time for what's coming. Number one was your imagery. At least in your music, you left something to the imagination, which is lacking for us as women. Nothing is left to the imagination anymore. Them just come and just spread out everything. Nothing left again. That's lacking. But you all still kept it together, which is a blessing, and you're still right on time. Now, Deliver Me. I heard that song and I was like, that's it. That one right there is going to open the door for you.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah.
What comes after that is going to be even better, but that song right there is an opener for you. That right there has to be done. The total vocal arrangement on that. Yeah, you all don't play. You all have a thing that when they start sing, we're just like, God, you don't know if you want to cry. You don't know if you don't know what to do with yourself. It's a feeling from each and every one of you. That is blessing. You girls are never late. You are never late. You're not slow. It's your timing, right? Timing is everything, and your time is coming. And trust me, when me tell you so, believe that. Your time is coming. The process, everybody's process is different, right? But during this time, you were able to learn how to control certain things, learning about the music business. There is no time limit for anybody, none, in the learning process on how things are done, but your time is coming. You've taken control of who you are and stayed with it. Consistency is everything. Imagery is a big thing for me. You girls still have it. Down to how you even look now. Natural beauties. That's why God bless them and making them look like Christine.
Well, that's what I'm talking about. So you do see what I'm seeing, Sharon.
I see it. That's what I'm saying. You're not late.
Only because I was wondering whether you needed to go Specsavers, you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
I'm just saying.
Listen to me, you are right on time. We are more than ready for what's coming, but your help is going to come from different places without a shadow of a doubt. But you girls are ready. I see the armor is on. It was always on, your armor.
They never lost the armor.
They never lost their armor, man. So it had come. Even if we have to have something to do with it, it come in.
It's funny you should say we never lost it, because that's normally one of our owners.
We never lost our true identity.
You never lost it. You just evolved into these queens, representations of true Black identity. You know what I'm saying? In all colors, you represent all of us.
Yes.
Be proud of that alone, because I'm telling you, many have lost their way. Them a bleach out. We don't know them. I try to turn Michael Jackson. We don't know what is going on with that. But it's a true thing. They have lost their identity, and you stay true to yours. You represent a bunch of us. That's like, yeah, see,
God,
right there.
Sermon right there, Sharon. I sermon that man.
Listen, Tenstar will tell you when I get into it because it's what I see. I always see further for you. 100%. And you girls are more than a blessing. You've been blessed. You've been blessed. You've been blessed. I just don't think you know how big you are yet. And I'm excited about it because it's like a rebirth. I see like a rebirth for you. It's like a rebirth, and you're bigger than what you think that you are. And people are listening. But if they're gonna come for you, they have to come correct, because now I don't know how it goes. I wanna know how the cycle is. You know what I'm saying? Now you know, you're like, no, I'm not with that, you know. No, they can't change who you are. You can help me to move over there, but nothing. You are in full control. Take credit for that, sisters.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Take credit for that, because it is a beautiful thing. There is not a lot of female groups out there who's in control of what they want to see for themselves and continue on the nonsense of being exploited and exposed in a manner that they will only be remembered for that, not for their talent.
Yeah.
That is the misconception that's happening nowadays. We're never lost a step. Be grateful for that. I am so excited and so happy we got to talk to you today, because people gonna know who you are. And them guys start banging down the door, but you don't have to open the door to ask them, you know.
Yeah.
You can pick, you're in a position, what it is, you're in a position to pick, choose, and refuse.
Okay. We want to leave you with a little something from us.
Yes! We welcome that. Yes.
We never lost our true identity.
Oh my gosh.
We never lost our true identity. Not running around like some lonely sheep.
Woo!
We know ourselves and we have found our way. We never lost it, never lost it. We never lost it, never lost it. We never lost our true identity.
Booyah! Booyah! Booyah!
Oh my gosh, oh my gosh. What applause? Press the button.
Oh my God! I'm telling you, I am telling you. Hold on. Wait. That was awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We told the Diamonds, Tabby and Bunny,
Yeah.
when they were here,
Mhm.
that we had switched their song up.
We switch it up.
What did you say about that?
They said we want to hear it. We want to hear it.
What?
At the time,
Yeah.
we want to hear it. We were supposed
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
it's our anthem now. Isn't
Yeah,
it?
it is. Yes.
Good.
Share your thoughts about the Mighty Diamonds now that you've spoken about them.
Well, we always likened ourselves to the Mighty Diamonds.
Yeah.
We
Yes.
sang their songs
Yeah.
as well when we on covered songs, because they were the same original three.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the
Yeah.
same original three. You know,
Yeah.
we supported them. We supported the Abyssinians as well, but you know
Yeah.
they've switched up.
Switched up. Yeah.
In the group. So yeah, no more. I mean, it's just it's a sad,
It's a terribly
sad loss to
terrible.
music.
Sad.
Yeah.
Sad. Very sad.
It's just not good.
I want to thank you for coming on the show and sharing your journey. I have a deeper understanding as to why you are the way you are, and why you sing the way you sing, and why your image is the way it is. To have a deeper understanding. I hope our listeners and those who watch this back will have a deeper understanding as to who you are. And, you know, you're not just about the image, you can sing too. And you've just given us proof of that. You know, every time you sing in harmony, oh my God,
I know
you
that's
could sing me to
oh
sleep.
yes, yes, yeah.
This thing, I need you on maybe on my ringtone.
Yes.
Sharon, do what you do best. Let's go into the questions from those who might be in the audience, and you do your thing.
Yeah, okay. So we do have a good few people watching, which is you girls should feel blessed because they really did want to hear a story today now. On have fans out there and never know about. So at this time now, we'll open the chat real quick to anybody who would like to ask a question or, you know, give these beautiful ladies their flowers as we have been doing through this whole thing, because at the end of the day, we want you to know we honor you. We're doing this to honor you and give you the respect you deserve as 3 beautiful queens, 3 beautiful Black women out there doing their thing from day one and never lost their identity. We honor you. We give you your flowers today and forevermore. So for anybody who's out there, we know we got Beverly Notes in there who just adores you girls. Thanks, B. Thank you, Beverly, for bringing these queens here and allowing us to speak to them. Anybody in the chat that wants to say something to True Identity, please unmute now.
Just tell us
Beverly,
who you are,
Beverly.
where you're calling from, and then
Yes.
just pose your question if you have any questions for Troy.
If you have any questions.
Yeah. So yeah, just tell us who you are, where you're calling from, and if you have any questions. And if you don't have any questions, that's okay.
Yes, if you're shy, we know Beverly's not shy, but if you're shy, that's okay too. We understand because we're in the presence of greatness. I understand, you know, sometimes, you know, people, you know, no, nobody.
But True Identity, thank you for so much for coming on the show today. I'm extremely happy.
Beverly's here, Beverly's here, Beverly's here.
Lord of mercy, Lord of God, we're not ready for run already. Hey, ladies, my queens. Hey, beautiful 10-star Sharon. Wanna really pull them out. Wanna pull them out today. They need pulling out. There's more to these sisters than really meets the eyes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Their story resonates with my own story. Everything them talk about and mention. Yes, I was there, but the time we didn't know each other. We were all young in our craft. I was there the same times as them with the same people in the same places. We just never knew each other until we turned adult big people singers now, you know, but we were there and I'm so proud of them. And you know, the moments that are the greatest with these ladies is when they're singing together, but also when they're singing with bands like Quest and the Black Stones and things like that. It blows my mind. It does. The power of 3 every time.
Yes.
Yeah. It blows my mind. Yeah. And back in the days, I mean, they didn't tell you listeners that they backed people like Pat Kelly and all these people. In fact, they were around all the people I was around, and they were some seriously great people. You know, so maybe we can have them come back again and start some more too.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, because there's more to this story. There's more to you ladies. I nearly said Huno. That's not Hey, but it's been a beautiful performance. If DJ Maestro was here, I wouldn't have.
I know. I'm sorry you missed this one. He would have loved it.
I wouldn't have get a chance to talk. And if Rankin Ann was here, because she's also another part of this old thing, she wouldn't have let me talk neither. Yeah, so we would have been around here punching each other up in the background, you know. But it's been beautiful. You ladies will always be my queens, always be my family, and I love each and every one of you. You know, and 10-star, there's more to them because there's plenty of them, you know. Yeah.
Really? Okay.
The family. Oh, you mean the family large? In fact, I got grass them up now. Yeah.
Well, grass them up.
Yeah. Yeah. Their family member, Lloyd Cottrell, taught all them bad man driver in Brixton of it drive. Of it on getaway drivers. Yes, the great Lloyd Cottrell, you know.
Okay.
Yes, so I mean, but there's a lot more to tell, and it would be great to have you guys come back. I go and say on my show, you know.
Yes.
That's
Yeah.
our show, you know.
Yeah,
That's all of us,
you know, I'm
baby,
part of
our
it.
show. Yes.
Yeah, man. But me like this all night. It sound good, don't it?
Yes.
Yeah.
Wicked.
So we're gonna have this back again because this is chapter again verse. You know, there's more to you guys. You know, didn't just land on a boat, come here in the meeting.
Oh, true.
Yeah,
Right.
you've actually done the journey. You've traveled the distance. You know, you sing through the whole mile. Yeah. And thank you for doing some live acapellas, you know, because I know that blow 10 stars mind.
Yes.
No,
Yeah.
you know.
Yes.
Sleep good tonight.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, like a baby.
Yeah. Him go and sleep good, for real. I'm going to call you before you drop asleep.
For real.
Yeah. Anyway, ladies, I'm going to go again because my pot I got bun up. Yeah. Me late for everything today because I wanted to really concentrate on this live, on this Zoom here. So me put the food to the side for a minute.
All right.
So now
Respect
me
that.
I go run my boat. No, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. But I love you all in the room. All of you that I don't know that's in the room. Love you all. The fact that you're here. My sisters are great, you know. But this Zoom will go further than here because you know there's a lot of people that cannot tune in right now, but they will later.
Yeah.
Right,
I
right.
know that for a fact, and it will be shared and whatever. I know I do that differently. I do that a lot on the WhatsApp and other avenues, you know. But keep up the good work and everything that Sharon Mango and 10 Star tell you ladies, they mean it. Trust me, they mean it. And the one Sharon Mango, Lord God. Yeah, she might don't live in England and live in America, but trust me, you're probably gonna end up on one of her productions. Trust me, she not easy, you know. Oh, she's got some great works going on herself. All right. But bless you all. Me gone in our kitchen. You hear? Love you all. Bless.
Thank you.
Bless up. Take care.
Right. So that was Beverly Notes. Anybody else want to say anything? Now's the time to do so. And if not, then we shall proceed. But yes, Beverly Notes, thank you very much. We want to thank everybody who came on the show today and made it great. Just your presence alone has made it great. Thank you for listening to the story of True Identity. These are ladies I love and respect dearly from afar, and I love everything they do. Anything they do just simply turns to gold in my eyes, and I absolutely look forward to what is to come. That's just the beauty of all three of you. That's True Identity as a singing group. You know, it's like I always look forward to what is to come. And guess what? I also look forward to what are they going to wear next? Over to you. Say whatever you want to say to anybody out there. Give them information about how they can, you know, support you and all the other good stuff.
Yeah, we're on all the social media platforms on Facebook and Twitter. True Identity 24/7 is the name. True Identity 247. We have our own website, trueidentitytrio.com.
Nice. Yes.
The website. We've had that for a while now. We're all
Instagram. Yep.
social media, Instagram, True Identity 24/7. Again, I think it is a True Identity Trio.
Trio.
Instagram, True Identity Trio, isn't it?
Trio.
Instagram. And we're on SoundCloud. you know, you can find our playlists on there. YouTube, we're on YouTube channel, True Identity 24/7 on YouTube. You see a number of performances on there. Yeah, that's where you can find us.
And all our events and stuff will be on our website page.
Usually on Facebook. Yeah, but yeah, usually on Facebook. Yeah, we're just really grateful for everyone that's tuned in today, you know, to listen to our story from then till now.
From then until now.
Give thanks.
I'm still going.
Yeah.
It's still going.
I'm still
Can you
going.
believe that?
Yeah.
You know, I have
You can't believe that. Yes.
Yeah.
anyone that's younger than we are, that wants help and direction in this younger, you know, you can contact us at any time. You know, that's kind of one of our missions, is to make sure that the things that we've learned along the way, we can pass it on and give people that confidence and that courage and that know-how, and sometimes you really have no idea. So reach out to us in any of our social platforms, and we're more than happy to offer what guidance we can.
Really, that is really and truly what we all want to do, is that we want to kind of encourage, you know, the youngers as much as we can to kind of still want to sing reggae music, you know, decently. Then, you know, harmony singing. You know, we've done it with a couple of young ladies. We kind of reached out to them to say we want to try and encourage you. We've seen you do a little performance. We want to encourage you to carry on, you know, and your career, and do reach out to us for any, you know, tips,
tricks,
especially on the stage or with the voice or the harmony, you know, just that kind of thing. So
before I let you go, how have you really received the love from individuals from, you know, your fan base perspective? Do you really feel the love from your fan base?
I'll tell you something, right? If we're asked to do a show, people ask us to do, we might not be the massive star, if you like, or of the 80s or the 90s, but if we do a show, it's usually always sold out.
Yeah, that's true.
It's always sold out.
Yeah, that's true.
We always get a massive turnout.
Feel the love.
Yeah, we just do.
And I think it's the entertainment factor as well. You know, people feel entertained.
You know, and people wonder how we do it, but it happens. People just come out to support us.
They do, and that's really, you're right.
The fan base, they just come out. Like, we did a show last November, didn't we?
Oh yes.
It was just a True Identity headline, and a place that's normally a halfway full. It was full.
It was full. And this summer we did City Splash.
We did a festival.
Okay. Yeah.
Suddenly, the tent was kind of
scanty,
and all of us that we came on the stage, and suddenly it was
a swarm.
Right. What can we expect from you in the future, music-wise?
Music-wise, we want to concentrate on doing the messaging tune, like Deliver Me. That's going to be, that one is our next one, but it's not fully polished yet. The one that you've got is not. Right. That's going to be our next track, but we want to do our album, you know.
Amen.
Tracks that we've got, and obviously the new ones that we've written.
Right.
Musically, we've got the rhythms.
Yeah, we need about 5 more.
Yes.
Don't we?
Yeah.
To kind
Right.
of a 12 to 15 track album.
Right.
One of every next thing.
So
we'll be supporting you all the way right here. SPRB Radio Podcast. We're here to support you all the way.
100%.
Anytime you need to come back, we're always ready to receive you. Where's the Sharon?
Absolutely, we support you 100%. You might get a message from me. You know, we're going to be sharing details. You might get a message from me because I hear some things. And I'm like, oh, we got to go. Me and my husband have a thing here, and we've been doing this for years. I've sang for years, and I am grateful for the fact that when we did buy this house, we were able to build a studio.
Oh,
Okay.
My husband, he's down there now. As I'm talking to you, I can hear the drums going boom, boom, because he plays the drums, but he plays a lot of instruments, you know what I'm saying? And that's even by ear, but drums is his thing. And when we built the studio, he literally said, now what? I said, listen, if we build it, they will come. And when I look at artists like you and I think about the productions that we do have down there, I hear you. I hear you, you know what I mean? Because he's more on the conscious type stuff, you know what I'm saying? He's that person. And again, when I hear this trio, I'm like, boy, them could mash up some tune around here. They can mash it up. Please anticipate something from me, but we will be in touch. I 100% want to be in touch with you girls, because your greatness has to be out there, you know, as far as different music and stuff. We got to hear. You know what I'm saying? My thing to 10 Star was, I hear some things. Right, 10 Star, did I not tell you that? I was like, B, listen, I hear some things, you know. Let's talk to them and see where they are and what they're doing. And now that I understand your journey and where you're trying to go, I'm hoping that, you know, we could be contributory to what you're doing.
Right.
And
Yeah.
Be open to that.
Yeah.
Definitely.
wonderful, as long as you all have access to, like, where are you now? It's like partial studio. So the Rhodes mic and at the back, that is that.
Yeah, we got a little studio ourselves, you know, that we do.
Yes, well,
Mhm.
not say a word, but understand no. Right. Yes, not say a word, but get it.
Yeah.
But we wish you all the best for the future.
Yeah.
God spare our lives. We will continue to support you because your message is loud and clear. Remain true to yourself. Remain true to your identity. It is what is grounded in many of us. Some have lost their way, but we might be able to pull them back.
Mhm.
And that is the mission. That is actually your mission, you know. Bring them back.
Yes.
God give you a mission. Pull them back in. Bring them back to flock. Right? So that's where we are. God bless all of you. I am so honored to have met you today. Your family now. Your family. And yeah, we'll be talking soon.
Okay.
Lovely. Thank you.
Thank you for having us. Thank you. Yeah, thanks for having us. Spending the time.
Identity, we love you like life.
Oh.
We love you like ackee and saltfish. We callaloo. Thank you for being on the show. You're always welcome here. And we're going to get out of here. And just to let everyone know, we will not be here next week due to the carnival. And we will be here first week in September with the one called Brigadier Jerry. All right. So we salute you, True Identity. And we are
Yes.
with this one by Bubblers, my brother from another mother.
Every day, let me tell you what my good friends say. Please don't waste away. Tomorrow is another day. So I'm gonna jump and shout, 'cause this is what life's all about. Ain't gonna fade away, no way. Coming out, cry over you again. It's my life, me a defend. Now cry over you again. Never will I.
Yes.
Now cry over you again.
Woo! I tell you.